look at a 58-year-old Frank Ribery is still playing on the wing and still.
What Xavi's promotion, man? Xavi's
no, Snapchat. I need a dissertation on Joseph.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't even. Bro, he was missed before.
Bro, he might be the GOAT. No, he might be the GOAT.
Guys, aloha, aloha, aloha. Welcome to the loveliness that, of course, is the Saturday Hangout, the greatest football discussion show on the planet. It is. I checked Wikipedia. Guys, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk, man. We're gonna talk. We need to talk about whether this is the most trashiest Barcelona side of all time, because I don't know what piece of garbage I was subjected to Atleti and Barca games. So we're going to just talk about that, but specifically talk about Barcelona and just how horrible things are. So I want to get into that. And then very quickly, we're going to switch on to the Chelsea game. Chelsea against Man City. And does this have any bearing on the CL final? No, it doesn't. I've already answered that question for you. It doesn't. But we're just going to talk about the game and also talk about whether English refereeing needs to be put into Class A or Class B of the Brick Academy. Was it a penalty? Neymar signs a new contract until the year 2092. So he's extended his contract with PSG until the year 2092, signing his life away and also his future generations. Good move, bad move. We'll talk more about your boy Neymar. Bayern Munich have won the Bundesliga. They've won the Bundesliga, and I want us to reflect upon them because I believe that is 9 in a row. And I think that where Juventus failed, I think Bayern Munich are actually going to succeed and give all of us Wikipedia merchants the 10 in a row that we truly deserve. And yeah, man, and then that is pretty much most of the stuff. And anything that maybe comes into our minds or our heads, we'll talk about. So also shout out to Lille as well. Shout out to your boys Lille. So there's only one place to. Look, guys. Let's screw the formalities, man. Okay, I'm not like a professional host. Okay, this is the Hangout, so we do things differently here, man. And I'm going to come first to Abdul with this whole thing, man. I'm going to come right out and just say it. That is the worst Barcelona team I've ever seen since I've been watching football since the mid-90s. And the more and more that I see these guys, the more and more I wonder with your boy Messi, that's Messi. If you stay with these dudes, what does that say about you? Like, truly, what does that say about you if you end up staying with these dudes? Because I'm going to keep it real with you, man. These guys are nothing. I get it. The Us missed and an open header. I get it. What did Griezmann do? What did all of these guys do? So I said again, look, this is your platform for you guys to talk and so forth. And I'll keep on trying to open spaces. Remember, guys, if you want to join in on the discussion, just click the link on my Twitter page. You can find my Twitter feed either on the front page of the website or just on the Twitter. But just go to the front page of my website and I will have posted the link which anybody can join into. And I'll try and create space as much as I can. But let me come first to Abdul with this. Abdul, first off, is this a result that pretty much ends Barcelona's title hopes? Do you still believe in the title? And talk to me about how completely crap this Barca side is, because let's keep it real. Whenever they faced a top team, so they lost to Atletico earlier this season. I believe they lost to Real Madrid twice. They lost to PSG. So anytime they faced a top team, a quality team, they've gotten pimped. Talk to me. So first of all, is the title race over with this draw? After you saw that performance that where Atletico Madrid should have won with the better chances, and is this really the worst thing that Barcelona have had in about 20 years or more?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear. Yep.
The title race is not over for Barcelona.
Oh, God, no.
And the reason for that is
merchants, man.
No, it's not hope. It's actually not hope. You know, the difference between me and you, Hope, is that I actually watch games, La Liga games, you know? I watch most of them. And I can, based on how teams are performing, I can tell you that most likely Real Madrid are going to drop points again. and Atletico are most likely gonna drop points again. And Barcelona have the easiest 3 games left. So is it completely done? No, but it's unlikely now because now for Barca to win the league, Atletico have to lose one of their last 3 games, and Real Madrid have to lose one of their last 3 games. Or either that or they have to draw 2 games. And that's most likely not going to happen. But there is still a chance because, like, let's be honest, HH. The only reason for why there's a title race this season is because Barca and Real have been poor. It's not because the league has stepped up.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
only
No, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason there's a title race, and it's actually embarrassing because Atletico aren't this good side that people think they are, man. I think you're being harsh on Barcelona. I think everyone criticizing Barcelona being very harsh because
Did
you're.
did you watch the same game that
I
I
know, but
watched?
that's irrelevant. This game was irrelevant. You have to see this season as a whole because your expectations are based on MSN.
No, no,
Your
no, 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 no,
expectation.
no, no, no. My statement was, this is the worst Barcelona side since I've been watching football. So this is the Romario era, the Ronaldo era, the Rivaldo era, the Dino era. Since the mid-90s, this is the worst Barcelona side that I've ever seen.
What do you expect when there's 3 players in the midfield with a combined age of 20?
No, 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 no. Abdul, forget about what I expect. I'm just stating a fact. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
That's this. That's
Yeah,
it. This is the
it
worst
is.
team. So,
It is.
boom. So you don't have to get it. Just the fact remains. This is the worst Barcelona side that there's
Correct.
been. Can we move on?
Correct. What was the question again? Sorry.
So basically, is the title race over? And just talk to me about the state of affairs, about just how bad they looked in that game, in a game that they needed to win. Again, they were playing at home, at Camp Nou.
Yeah. They didn't look any worse than they did against Real Madrid in the first half. They didn't look any worse than they did in the first El Clasico. They didn't look any worse than they did when they played Juventus at home. Every big game this season, they've looked horrible, terrible. And part of that reason is, HH, do you remember when we lost to the El Clasico here in April? And I told you, Barca will never win another El Clasico before they get a good striker. Because Griezmann is a horrendous in big games. He disappears like Dembele and Griezmann. When they start in a big game, we're starting with 9 players. We're starting with 9 players. And that's just the fact. They cost us every single big game. They do nothing. They haven't scored in a single big game. Griezmann, he's played now, 4 El Clasicos, 0 goals. 0 goals. He's played 4 times against his old team, Atletico Madrid, 0 goals, 0 assists. I don't think Dembele has scored against Real Madrid ever in his career. Like, I'm telling you, our attackers don't do anything in big games. They are useless. We are playing 9, 10 men in big games. That's why. Like, it's obvious. That's why when I go into this game, you guys are looking at the table and saying, oof, it's close. No, it's not close because we are a poor, mediocre side. That's just what it is.
So let me throw something into the works, and then I want to come to Zimmer with this. Let me throw something into the works. Let's just say Barcelona were to win La Liga somehow. Let's just say they end up winning the league. What would that say about La Liga? Because for me, it's already bad enough that a side this bad are really close in the title race. So it says something about how La Liga has sort of fallen. So what would it say about La Liga if these Barcelona somehow win this league, where literally Messi has pretty much grabbed these guys by the scruff of the neck and led them through? What would you say about La Liga?
La Liga hasn't changed. The thing that's changed, it's Real Madrid. That's what's changed. Because when Barcelona are crap, usually just Real Madrid, they run away. Real Madrid, they're big game merchants. They don't perform well during a season. They drop a lot of points against small teams. Real Madrid, that did the 3-peat, they finished 20 points behind Barca. So either Barca run away with it, or it's a close league every year because Real Madrid are a side that always drop points against the smaller teams. That's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. La Liga has been this level for a long time. The only teams that have dropped off, actually, it's Barca and Real. Those are the two teams. Actually, La Liga, I think it's actually stepped up because you didn't used to see Alaves getting points against Barca. Cadiz, those guys got promoted last season. They've beaten Barca and Real Madrid. I think the level actually has gone up. The thing that's making you think that La Liga has dropped is just because the top dogs have dropped, and it's also normal. That's the reason why I'm, as a Barca fan, I'm not that disappointed with this season is because I didn't get fooled. People thought we did get back into the title race, but that's because we went on a good run against smaller teams. We didn't beat no big dogs in that run, and I knew as soon as we will get up against Atletico and Real that we would stop dropping points again because we are not this great team that are going on this title charge coming to get La Liga. No, we just had a good patch of form in a good form of fixtures. Like we had easy teams. We had like 10 easy games in a row. And that's why we climbed back in the title race. But no, this season, it was a transition season. So at the end of the day, Barca have they're far away from being a top team again, man. And Laporta, he has a lot of work on his hands to do.
So wait, last thing. Should Messi stay or not? Will Messi stay or not?
I think he will stay because he's a family man. He's way too connected to leave Barcelona. He's way.
So Messi will stay, even if they sign Mbaye Nyong and they sign Mustafi, Messi would still stay at Barcelona.
I think the thing that a lot of people are confused with in regards to Messi, the reason why Messi really wanted to leave it wasn't because of the team. It was because of Bartomeu. He hated that guy. He was lied to in his face so many times.
Okay, so this has nothing. So this has nothing to do with competing for a CL.
It does, but it's not enough to make him leave. It's not enough to make him leave, in my opinion. But should he leave? He should leave. He should go to Man City. I don't want him going to PSG, man. I hate that club.
Okay. So Zeman, talk to me, man. Reflecting on the game, is the title over? Is it finished, or do you still think Barcelona can do something after a pretty shitty performance that they put forth against Atleti at Camp Nou?
All right, I want to go microscope first. I'm gonna try to go to. No, I'm gonna try to go.
No. But remember, don't spend 3,000 years more because we need to get some other guys talking in here. So try and keep it as concise as possible so we can give other guys a chance to talk. But go for it.
Okay, it's as simple as me saying that Atletico Madrid, they were clearly the better team, but without a shadow of a doubt, they were clearly the better team. I felt like Atletico Madrid came in with the right tactics. This is the same problem that Barcelona has been dealing with in a consistent rate throughout this season. It's the fact that we can't go through centrally. All you have to do is leave us to go through the flank. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes for Barcelona to be stopped because they're not going to put in the crosses. Atletico Madrid doesn't have to worry about a target man. They don't have to worry about those dangerous. They don't have to worry about those dangerous wing play. So I felt like, Atletico Madrid had the right tactics. They had the right chance. They just didn't execute it. And at the end of the day, it's going to cost them. It's going to cost them the league. I do think Real Madrid are the clear favorites right now. In terms of this team, I'm not shocked by it. At the beginning of the season, I didn't have that much high of an expectation. In fact, to a certain extent, they lived above my expectation. But this team has so much problems within it. The over-reliance of Messi.
Does Koeman deserve any of the blame being the manager, or is this all on Bartomeu on the recruitment? How much blame does Koeman have or deserve?
From a tactical standpoint, Koeman does deserve some type of blame. As much as he deserves some type of credit for for trying to, get the best out of these players.
So expect him to turn Longley and Piqué into peak Maldini and Baresi.
I don't blame him for stuff like that. I blame him for substitutions or lack of timing when it comes to substitutions. That's my biggest problem with this guy. This guy doesn't know how to handle stressful situations where you have to come up with a solution right on the spot. He doesn't know how to improvise from a tactical standpoint. It's either his first tactic works or his tactics crumble. That's always been his go-to.
So if he made better substitutions, he wins La Liga. If he made better substitutions.
No. It's not as simple as that. Like I said, I don't solely blame him for everything, but there were some games where we lost points because of his tactics. I'm not going to deny that. There were some points, there were some moments where he brought in all attackers, not thinking about the defense. There were some points where he didn't bring in the right players at the right time. He was making the wrong decisions. And as a manager, I judge you based on what you can do with the tools you have. What can you do with the tools you have? And he hasn't necessarily done great on that. When it comes to this team, I've always said this. This team needs more overhaul than what I think the current team, had in the summer. This team needs a center defensive midfielder, because we saw without PK that this team is easy to break down from the center, and this team needs we need an actual defenders. That's something we need. And to be honest with you, I'm not shocked by these results. These results are expected. This team hasn't won a big game. They haven't shown that big game mentality. The only time they've ever shown that was a comeback in the Copa del Rey against the likes of Sevilla. That's the only time we actually saw a team that was actually competitive against a big team that didn't concede so much goals and whatnot. So again, this team is probably the worst team I've seen as a Barcelona fan. I have to admit that this is probably one of the worst team. It's over-reliant on Messi. It's Messi or bust. And, Griezmann and Dembele show up for the big game, show up for the small games.
Wait. You said one of the worst teams. Which team is worse in your lifetime that you've seen than this team?
No. Correction. This is the worst team I've ever seen.
Okay.
I can't think of a worser team. There's so many problems with this team that needs rebuilt, and there's so many players that are in vital points that are getting older that we need to replace. There's so many problems with this team, and I don't think it's gonna. Listen, if Messi wants to stay, I just hope he knows that he's not going to win a Champions League. He's most definitely not going to win a Champions League.
Based on what he's done for you guys, would you advise Messi to stay?
Listen, if he wants to win a Champions League, and if this guy is about competing at the top, he should leave Barcelona. Honestly, he should leave Barcelona, because if he wants to be a part of a competitive team, and the fact that this guy was doing everything, he would have gotten man of the match if Barcelona won. It's to the point where he has to think about, does he want to win the Champions League, because this team isn't made for that. This team has so much years.
Here's my thinking is that if he stays with the clear knowledge that these guys ain't going to do anything, don't you have to question his ambition? Because people will say, no, that's him being loyal and he should credit his loyalty. But for me, no, I say I question his mentality and his character, because you know that you're still very good, and you still know that you are still one of the best players out of the world right now. So you know that Messi can walk into any team in the world right now, because he's still one of the best players in the world. So if these guys are not really going in the right direction, him staying, isn't that the question of, bro, you have no freaking ambition? Forget loyalty, you have no ambition.
HH, I would disagree with you on that aspect. For me, it's, yes, he should leave. I agree, he should leave Barcelona if he wants to win the Champions League. But let's be honest, he's not going to be dictated by whether or not he wins another Champions League by the majority of fans. He's going to be dictated by whether he wins a World Cup, whether he wins an international trophy. That's always been the bar by people that don't necessarily consider Messi to be that great. That's always been the bar for them. So whether he leaves or not, it's not going to dictate their argument. It's not going to dictate whether or not he's seen as being less.
There's no point in getting Man of the Match awards against Elche, Eibar, and Fruit Sellers FC, ending up getting pimp slapped and Lara Crofted, whenever you reach a CL knockout stage. So my thing is that you're wasting your time if you're still putting up great performances, but the team around you isn't really assisting you. Don't you see that is it's still a lack of ambition? Because my thing is that he said with his own mouth he believes he can still win much more trophies and he still wants to be competitive.
Yeah. No, listen. If you're coming out from the angle of Messi said he wanted to win the Champions League and that was his goal, and him staying at Barcelona is not necessarily gonna get him his goal, then yeah, I agree. Then at that point, Messi has to leave Barcelona, and at that point, he has to make tough decisions that are not going to be favored by people that are close to him. So it's a matter of him making his decision.
Wilton, talk to me, man.
Can I just quickly comment on one thing you said?
Go for it.
I don't understand the whole ambition thing, because surely he's more ambitious by staying at Barca and trying to win a CL and ride it out.
Let me explain why.
Go to the best team in the world, like a City.
Let me explain why. Let me explain why. First of all, let's keep it real. Football is about, if you're that good, you go to the best team in the world. That's what club football is about.
Well,
wait. No. Let me land. Club, that whole notion of like, be loyal, stay with your team. No. That doesn't work anymore. Shout out to Gerrard and Totti for doing that for Roma and Liverpool. But how club football works is, if you're that good, you go to the Man City, the Bayern, the Real Madrid, and so forth. That's how it works. That's the first thing. Second thing, he said it with his own mouth. In the interview that he gave, he said he still has 2-3 good years in him, and he wants to win a Champions League, and he wants to be competitive. So he still wants to compete. So that's what he said with his own mouth in the interview that we all saw in the summer. So my thing is, if this side aren't getting, because at the end of the day, there's only so much one man can do. And we saw happen in 2019 where he did the best that he could, but there's never a notion where one man can win you a CL. You still need to have a good quality team around you. So it is a lack of ambition if these guys, all they can give you is Braithwaite and a French side chick as the only pieces to help you win something. And then you literally have to do everything yourself. That shows a lack of ambition, because it's telling you that, because for a fact, you're not winning anything. Everyone knows that if Barcelona don't get the right pieces, they're not sniffing a CL. So how can it show ambition by you saying, you know what, I'm still going to stick it out, but I'm still going to try with Braithwaite, the French side chick, and so forth?
I think he's taking a chance because he believes in Laporta.
Okay. Undisputed, talk to me, man.
I don't know about La Liga race, but all I'll say is the worst Barcelona team I've ever seen was the 2003 one, just before Rijkaard and Ronaldinho came in. And they never got enough credit for turning this club around, because I'm pretty sure Barcelona would be irrelevant if it wasn't for Rijkaard and Ronaldinho joining them in 2003, getting that Champions League in 2006.
You're saying the 03 team is worse than this team?
Yeah, it was worse. It was worse. Even in La Liga, they were like 6th mid-table, 56 points in total.
A much better La Liga than it is now. That was a much better La Liga with better teams. It was. Okay, but continue.
As for Messi, I think you should just. What would an extra Champions League really do to his legacy? Does it prove anything?
Everybody wants to win more. So tell Jordan, no. You're okay with 5 rings. LeBron, you're already 6 rings. Any sports star, whether it's Serena, it's Federer, it's Tom Brady, it's and so forth, you want to win. Especially when you know that you are that good, you always want to win. Any top sports person never gets bored of winning. Never. And he said it with his own mouth in the interview. He said, no, I still feel good and I still feel competitive, and he still wants to win a Champions League. And he wanted to leave because he wanted to go to a place that he feels like can win a CL. You can always get better. Like numbers, there is no ending to numbers. Numbers continue ad infinitum, so you can keep on going, thus increasing your legacy.
For his own sake, I would recommend, if Man City wins this Champions League, I would recommend him not going there, because I feel if they don't win it again, that would look bad on him. If that makes sense. I would go to PSG. But if Man City lose the final, go to Man City. If Man City win the final, go to PSG. There's no benefit of you going to Man City if they've already won it without you. That's what I would advise him to.
So you think that he should leave Barcelona?
Yeah, if he wants to win, yeah. But I have this feeling that the only thing he really cares about is just get a Copa America and you're good. You're set.
Bro, it's not happening, bro. How many times can I give Tepe? 2014, 2015. The football elders gave him 3 chances and he flopped 3 times. It's over. So I don't know why you're smoking with this whole Copa America. It ain't happening, bro. That ship has sailed a long time ago. It's sailed a long time ago.
I'm going to be sitting here with a huge smile at the end of July. Trust me.
Oh, sure. Like if I had any money to bet with, I would have betted that this guy is never winning a major international trophy for Argentina. After 2016, that was the end. But you could keep hoping, man.
We'll see.
Vilton, talk to me.
Yeah, it's to be honest with you, I knew this game was gonna be a 0-0 draw. I've said it was gonna be a draw. I only watched like the last 15 minutes. Maybe I was like, it's Messi. Maybe he might score the game-winning goal, but I knew it was 0-0. Like just those 15 minutes game I watched, the Barca midfield was non-existent. This Barca team is trash. This team is reminding me of the 08 Barcelona team that we absolutely pimp slapped, lubricated 4-1 when we won La Liga like 10-5, or no, I think it was like 8 or 7 games because Barca finished third that season. We won, like we were 18 points ahead of them that 08, and that was the season where Laporta said this team needs an overall. He let Rijkaard go, he let everybody go. Then he brought in Pep over that summer. Then Pep did the entire overall, but then Messi, Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta. It's reminding me of this team because you said this is the worst Barcelona team. I think what I've seen was the 08 team was worse. Simply the fact that team finished third. Villarreal, I think Villarreal finished second.
Vilton, sorry, do you remember that semi-final against Man United?
Which one?
That was against the best Man United team ever, and they played an equal game against them. So this team is definitely much worse than 2008.
Yeah, you could have. Now I'm just talking about strictly in La Liga, like in La Liga wise, performance wise, because that 08 team was trash. they were from the road, but this team, at least, yes, you could say because La Liga has declined a bit. You could say maybe that's why there's a title race, but still, I'm just gonna go based on La Liga performance wise. They're still in the title race. I think we are favorites to win it because if we beat Sevilla, like every game is a final for us at this point. Like just win, we don't. Because I'm happy. It's on our hands now because all we have to do is win our games. We back-to-back champions, and we haven't been back-to-back champions since 2008. So yeah, and Koeman, I don't think Koeman is the right manager for this Barcelona team too. I just don't think this guy has the right mindset or the tactics to do it because. And all of the big games, it's the same concept. Like it's like I don't know what it is with Coleman.
So are you saying a different manager would have done better with these sets of players?
Now with this they could get more out of this team in big games than Coleman because let's be real, they slap every small team. But when they go against with a manager that has a brand like the likes of Simeone or Zidane, like they just don't know what to do. Like we beat them back to back in the Clasico, and to be honest with you, Atleti had some chance in the highlights. Atleti had some chances to actually beat Barca in this game, but so did Barca. Barca had the chances, but at the end of the day, I don't trust Koeman is the right guy to do it. I don't think Barca fan really rate that guy too. Anyway, but as for Messi,
but my thing though is that okay, like the issue isn't the manager. The issue is
it's the players.
Martin Braithwaite, the French side chick.
Because
bless his soul, the Us hasn't really been the Us. Longley, PK. These guys are garbage.
Yeah,
Busquets can hardly run.
It's an old core because this team needs a major surgery. They need a striker. They need a defensive midfielder. They need a center back. They need a right back, I believe, too. No, is it? No, Jodiabo is at left back.
Because I think so. Did Barcelona really think that they could win this league without a striker? So from Romario, Kluivert, Ronaldo, Edsel, David Villa, Cannibal.
Respect Braithwaite.
I have Braithwaite. I love the guy. He's one of the goats and so forth. But if you thought we were going to win a La Liga with Braithwaite, that is like Juventus thinking that Pirlo could waltz in and just win Serie by himself. So
because they should have learned it last season. Because if you could have won it last season with Griezmann, how are you gonna win it this season with Braithwaite? But to be fair to Griezmann though, he's been turning up in 2021 for Barcelona. But I think we are obviously our favorites to win it. It's in our hands. Like if we somehow drop points against Sevilla, then we come back to this. It's all Atletico Madrid fault, to be honest with you. They're what 13 points ahead. They should have been wrap up the league by now. So they're giving me hope. They're giving me hope. I'm not going trophyless. And as for Messi, like I've said, I don't think Messi's gonna leave, bitches. Like I said, because it doesn't make sense for you to leave now. Yes, he's ambitious to win, but my thing with Messi, right? Let's say City wins the Champions League. I think the only team he might go to is City because it doesn't make sense for him to go to PSG. Neymar is the main guy there. If he goes to City, because the thing about the City team, like there's really not really a dude that you said this is the guy. Like if Messi goes there, Messi will automatically be the best player. They will look up to Messi. But my thing is, Messi is so comfortable in La Liga, the language. Messi doesn't like being out of his comfort zone, and Messi's what 34. So if you Pep, would you really want to get Messi on those high wages? And especially if City wins the Champions League, it doesn't make sense for you to get
basically,
Messi.
what Undisputed said is very key. If City win the Champions League, it makes no sense to get Messi. If they don't, then you might say that. You see, my thing is, even
but
if
my thing is,
don't,
is City gonna be able to afford them on those wages because
but
his wages are insane.
But my thing, put that one side. Even if City don't, my thing that's even if Man City don't, they have so gone over this hump of finally making the final.
Making the final. I was just about to say that.
Like, look, we don't like no. So the notion was, when we're missing a difference maker. No, the notion was also that we needed to get Ruben Diaz. Then maybe Ruben Diaz was the difference that we needed to make just to keep ourselves in the game and be much more solid in defense. So I don't think City need a Messi. So I don't think there is an argument.
I've been saying it. They don't need a Messi, and the whole reason why we make fun of Lep because you need Lord have mercy. Let's say Lep loses to Chelsea in the final, and you buy Messi. And you win the next season, bro. Like you need Messi to win it. It
looks very bad.
That's the agenda we have against him. Like you need Messi to win it, but I don't think Messi's gonna leave. He's way too comfortable there. At the beginning of the season, I think Messi was just doing that to get Bartomeu out. It was just politics. He just wanted to get Bartomeu out. But again, if I'm Messi, I would focus more with Argentina.
But you see, my thing, if Messi stays, I know people won't listen, but this is my plea to football Twitter. Don't post any hat tricks against Elche or Lugo or Fruit Sellers FC. Please don't. Because for me, don't post anything saying that, oh my gosh, Messi is the goal. Look at the hat trick he scored against Fruit Sellers United. Don't do that. Please don't.
They have to do that to push the narrative. They always have to push like Cristiano and Messi.
Then I'll then.
As for Messi, right? I'm not saying Argentina is gonna win. Obviously, Brazil, we are clearly favorites to win it again. But my thing is, I don't know because the Olympic is also this summer, so it's just Neymar is thinking about playing in the Olympics too. My thing is, relax. My thing is, with Brazil, obviously we have to take it serious. But since we won the Copa last year, I don't think it's gonna make a really big difference if we don't win it. Let's say somehow Argentina wins. I don't think it's bad. I don't think they're gonna win it, but if I'm Messi, it's just I would focus more on trying winning something with Argentina more than Barcelona. Because you could win La Liga. Let's say Barcelona win La Liga again next season. It really doesn't matter because when you're a really world class player like Messi, the Champions League, that's all people care about. People are just gonna say you just stopped patting in La Liga and won it.
Vilton, can I ask you something? If, say, hypothetically in the CL final, right, Man City can't break down Chelsea's incredible defense, do you think they would need Messi? You say they don't need Messi, but if that happened hypothetically,
I don't, because my thing is
it's Messi's Pep's narrative. Though.
Yes, the Messi Pep narrative, and Pep knows it too. He knows it himself because I remember a journalist asked him that specific question. Why don't you want to Messi? Yeah, because and Pep always said he wants Messi to retire at Barcelona. He doesn't ever want Messi to leave. So I don't think City needs Messi because the whole point of City, you got to the final. The final is 50-50. It depends how you lose it. Right. Anything can happen.
So let's try and be nice so we can move to the next topic. So Damien, talk to me. Thoughts on the game, title chances, and Messi?
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the game we were that was like one of the worst games I saw this season, and this is the worst team I ever seen. And once Busquets, got injured, like we just crumbled. De Jong is not a holding mid. He's more of a right center mid. He's more better further up. Pedri has been poor, and it's an absolute disgrace that we have been using this guy for almost every game, and he's up to what, like 50 appearances, I think. Like I find that very sick in the head, in my opinion, and I feel like after that loss against Granada, that was the last straw. We're not winning La Liga. We should have been top coming into this game against Atletico, but since we lost against Granada, you know, we just lost the race.
So you don't believe Barca can do this, or do you still believe Real or Atletico will drop points?
No, I don't think Real Madrid will drop points against Sevilla tomorrow. They always beat them, especially at home.
No. But my thing is, them, Granada, Atletico, Bilbao, Villarreal. Do you think Real will, or do you think they'll just run the table?
No, I feel like they'll just get all those dubs and just eke it out and just win the league.
And with regards to Messi, man, do you just see this guy just staying here, being loyal to Barcelona, and be like, hey, man, let me just, I don't want to leave, and so forth, because I'm like, if you guys don't buy any top tier talents, you miss out on Haaland. Because I was hearing stuff about Depay and Aguero.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about Aguero afterwards, the guy who tried to do a freaking Panenka. So, would you, as a Barcelona fan, would you want Messi to still stay, or would you say, nah, bro, jump ship?
Of course, I want Messi to stay. I want him to, be a one club man. I don't want him to ever be in another, club shirt. But for his career, does he really have to win any CL?
No, yeah, he doesn't have to. But if you can, why not? Any top athletes never get tired of wanting to win. I don't understand the notion of okay, I've won 4, that's enough. If you know that you're good enough you're always hungry. You always want to win. And I think that's what made people admire Kobe so much, because Kobe always wanted to win. No matter how bad the Lakers team was, Kobe was I always want to win because I want to win 10, 9. So and that is something that you respect. A guy who is hungry and never happy with what they already have. They want to do more. That is what makes us admire, is the drive that the top athletes have, like Federer, Nadal, Serena. They always want to win.
Yeah, but also I feel like he's just too comfortable, in the city of Barcelona. And he's 33. I don't really see him going to Man City because, Manchester, it's kind of cold up there. I don't think his body can take it. So I think he's just going to chill here. And I think, for his family, he'll just stay here.
Okay, all right. Eric, talk to me, man. Eric?
Yeah. Like I already said before, I think Messi should leave, because even if his ambition isn't to win another Champions League, which he said it is, he's too good to be in a team like that. He has to play in a better team that can help him achieve. If he doesn't want to achieve anything for the rest of his career, he might as well just retire or go to Newell's Old Boys. So the way I see it, he needs to be in a better team that can get the best out of his ability that he still has. So he has to leave. Will he leave? Unfortunately, I don't think he will. He might just end up retiring, or he'll have the remaining parts of his best days at Barca, and then maybe he'll go to Newell's Old Boys or something. And then for the La Liga, I didn't watch the match. I barely watch La Liga. I'm not. That's not because I'm a Premier League merchant or whatever the term is, but I need good reasons. I need 3 good reasons to watch 1 team, 2 team leagues. I know the Premier League is becoming that, but it's still the most competitive league. So I need a good reason. I think I'm going to start watching Serie next season, because obviously there's a change now. So there's more incentive to watch a league like that. But for the La Liga title, I already said I think Madrid are going to win it. It was already over for Atletico, unfortunately, but I think the team is still good enough to get top 4. So I'm expecting Barca to get top 4.
Abdullahi, talk to me. Abdullahi? All right. Are you there, Abdullahi? Okay, what's it called? Wanda, talk to me. Wanda, talk to me.
Right. To be honest, I kind of saw this coming because this season, Barcelona have only won one big game this entire season in all competitions, and that was against Juventus. And that was a 2-0 win. Other than that, they haven't won a game against any other big team this season across all competitions, and it's quite disappointing. And someone else made a point where they had 10 easy games in a row, and they went on this win, and that got them into the title race. But when it came to big teams, they dropped points, and it comes true still right now. And I've actually been doing research on the worst Barca team. I would say this current squad would be like, I'd say in the past decade, maybe like in the past decade, this is the worst Barca team. But the worst Barca team is definitely the 2003 squad because they finished sixth that season. Their highest goal scorer only scored 21 goals that season. 21. And in terms of the people that finished above Barca that season, it was Valencia, Celta Vigo, Deportivo in third, Real Sociedad second, and Real Madrid first. So I wouldn't say this.
That was when Valencia and Deportivo were very good. I told you it was a very different La Liga than it was now. So
yes, but this like the performance of that team as well is one of the worst, ever. But with this current Barca squad, I'd say it's like the worst I've seen in the last decade. I'd say like the last 10 years, this is the worst Barca team I've ever seen. And in terms of Messi, I don't see him leaving whatsoever because, to be honest, he has already won everything. He already has everything besides obviously winning something internationally, which is what he like really, really wants. I think hence why like he's more focused on trying to win for his country instead of the club because he's already gotten everything.
I'm just looking at this Barcelona squad of 02-03. So these guys had Frank de Boer, Puyol, Jabi, Saviola, Coco, Kluivert, Riquelme, Overmars, Mendieta. So my thing is, forget about the position. Because my thing, the position is relevant, is relative to, okay, how good would I say? My thing is that the quality of football and the quality of team, when I say it's the worst side, not they perform the worst. Hence why I say that it says something about the quality of La Liga, that a team this bad is performing this well. Just that in terms of footballing quality and the quality of a team and how well a team is playing, I say, sorry, this side I'm looking at right now with guys like freaking Braithwaite, a finished Busquets, freaking Griezmann and so forth, is worse than a team that has Saviola, Kluivert, Riquelme, Mendieta, and so forth. That's what I'm saying, but continue.
Okay, well, I guess if you put it that way, it does make more sense because Barca definitely have a lot of players that they need to replace, especially the old players and stuff. So I would say, as I said, if Messi was to leave, this Barca squad is still gonna go through a rebuild. They'll have to take a very long time to revamp the whole squad, especially getting rid of other players because pretty much Messi is the only player that's kind of holding this team together. The sad thing is, Griezmann, Dembele, all the guys, like the way that they disappear in big games is just kind of disappointing. It's very disappointing, especially for.
So just a minute before I come to here, say Messi, should he stay or should he go?
Me.
No. So sorry, this is still to Wanda.
Personally,
before I come to you, Wanda, yeah.
Yeah, personally, for me, I think he should go. If he wants to win, he should go. But for Messi himself, I know he's going to stay because primarily the reason why he wanted to leave was because of the president. And now since he's gone, it kind of gives him more leeway to sort of like stay for one more season. So that was basically the whole point of him wanting to leave. It was because of the president. And now that he's gone, he kind of has more of an excuse to stay. But I'm not 100% sure. But it's looking more likely that he'll stay in spite of them not winning the Liga.
All right. Harris, talk to me.
About Barcelona.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The game and so forth. Talk to me.
I think one of the reasons why Barcelona might be a little bit struggling. I think this is a young squad. Look at the players they brought. They signed someone like Petri. They got Minguez to get into the team. Araujo. Yes, I get it that he was there last season, but he started game a little bit more often. They have Sergin in there, so it's just basically such a young squad. So they're only gonna get better by next season, and I expect them to get a bit better. But you're right. The problem with Barcelona, they just don't perform well in big games. I don't know. Maybe it's just a young squad. Maybe it's just a bit naive. Maybe just lack of attacking option. Maybe they do need to sign one attacking players who can perform well in big games. I reckon they should sign Neymar, but probably really sign a new contract. And
No, of course, no. We'll get there. So, just tell me, just briefly. So, who do you have winning the league? And what does Messi's future look like? Just answer me those two questions. Who do you put your money on winning this league, and what happens with Messi come the summer or the future?
I think Real Madrid is going to win the league. If they beat Sevilla tomorrow, then that's it. Though I think Madrid are going to take it. They're going to be in front of Atletico Madrid by 77 points, which means they're going to get like a goal. I think because of head-to-head record. And Madrid are just. I think they're gonna run away. I think they're gonna run away with the league. I think they're gonna win the remaining games.
Messi?
Well, it depends about like this guy said, like that guy said earlier on. If Man City don't win the Champions League, he should go to Man City. If they do win it, then probably PSG. Because I think the problem with Barcelona, I think it's going to take ages before they become to win the Champions League and become the best team in the world. Because it's just a young squad and they only starting to sign young players. And remember, they get rid of Vidal, Rakitic, and those kind of and Semedo, who are just not good enough. Even Koeman wants to get rid of Umtiti into the first team. I just personally. And also, yeah, I think, but if Messi wants to win another trophy right now, maybe he needs to leave because these Barca team are just not ready to compete at the top level yet. Maybe he should join PSG, but I just don't like. Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, man, let's hit it. Let's hit it. So,
wait, HH, I wanna ask you a question.
No. We need to move, man. We've got loads of topics, man. We need to move. So, guys, Chelsea against Man City now. Shout out to the boys. See, let me just first preface by saying that, guys, like, see, this is weird. Okay, so the FA Cup semi-final, that was City's B team, 100%. And that's pretty much Chelsea's first team. Now, this game was City's B team and also Chelsea's B team to a degree as well. So, because obviously, so Chelsea, so Mount and Havertz weren't playing. And for City, De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Foden went playing, but then Gundogan and Foden came on, but De Bruyne did not play at all. So you look at this, and people will say maybe Tuchel tactically has Pep's number, and it's now about Pep now trying to figure out these dudes, which you could say. But on the other hand, you say to yourself that De Bruyne is critical to Man City. He's been there. He's been City's best player for some years right now, and he's actually having a very good season, specifically in the CL. And you just know that De Bruyne is going to be a difference maker. And let's keep it a stack. This has been Sterling's worst season for Man City, and Sterling played both in the FA Cup semi-final and he played as well in this game. I want to talk about the penalty incidents as a separate thing, but let me come first to Eric, though. So, Eric, you look at this game, look at over these two games. Truthfully speaking, does this tell us anything tactically ahead of the CL final, or does the fact that Sterling playing and De Bruyne didn't play any of these two games still doesn't give us exactly how things are going to turn out come the CL final?
It's an interesting one. It probably won't tell us the full story of what will happen in the final. But okay, so let me just start with this. Firstly, I was told that Man City had two world-class players in every position. So
who told you that?
you know the kind of people who would say that kind of thing.
Okay.
You know, the
Football
pundits
Twitter,
and
football
the
Twitter.
football, the influencers, the popular influencers around YouTube and social media. So I was led to believe that Man City have 2 world-class players in each position, which means you shouldn't use rotation as an excuse. That was a similar thing that was said when Chelsea beat them in the semi-final. Pep rotated too much. You know, the team was too weak. Those are excuses. The team was good enough to beat Chelsea on paper, but they didn't. So on the game, I was a little bit surprised. Well, not well. After in the second half, I wasn't too surprised with how the game was going. Chelsea was definitely the better team in the second half. They started off a little bit slow, but before the game started, I was expecting like a draw. I was expecting it to be a draw, a 1-1 draw, but obviously Chelsea won, which I was very happy about. But it tells you that what it tells me is that Chelsea are here to compete, and Chelsea under Tuchel are a serious team. So, you know, the tactics worked on 2 occasions.
So, but how? What does this tell us about? Do you think this tells us anything about the final and how big of a miss is De Bruyne? Forget about they have 2 world-class players in the position. That's bullcrap. Is De Bruyne enough of a difference maker, or does this tell us enough that no, maybe Chelsea have something tactically over Man City?
Well, you don't like De Bruyne a lot, so you probably wouldn't say De Bruyne is that much of a miss. But
no. Let me keep it real with you. I still say Pogba is better than De Bruyne. I'm still going to say that 100% until he wins a World Cup or a Euros. I'm still going to say Pogba is better than De Bruyne. But I'll give De Bruyne this. He's been very good this season. Specifically, what I've always held against De Bruyne is he always flopped in Europe and he always run scared whenever City have needed you. But this season he's come big. Whether he scored goals or not goals, he's gone. So this has been a very big season for me, and my respect for him has risen this season. And he's proven that he's a very vital member for what City do.
Yeah, for sure. De Bruyne is huge. He's arguably their best player, and they will definitely need him in a match. Any major game they have to have De Bruyne on the pitch. He has to be there. You know, even in the second half in the FA Cup final, he had to come off because I think he got injured or something. And from there, the Man City didn't do anything, and the game ended 1-0. So De Bruyne, without a doubt, no matter it doesn't matter any big game, De Bruyne has to be there. That goes without saying. But I'm not sure because we played with De Bruyne there for the whole of the first half, and it seemed like it was a similar situation. He didn't really do too much to trouble us.
Wait. Did De Bruyne play the first half?
In the FA Cup match.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously he didn't play in this match, but it's an interesting one. De Bruyne is the main, he would be the guy to unlock the defense and everything, but I don't think I'm, as a neutral watching that match, I wouldn't think De Bruyne would make that much of a difference.
So lastly, before I come to Wonder,
yeah,
as a Chelsea fan, does this now give you huge confidence ahead of May 29th, or are you still
huge? I said it before the match started. When the players were walking into the stadium, they looked like they were 10 feet tall. They were walking with so much confidence. They looked like they looked like they know they're gonna go in there, get 3 points, and leave. That's what they looked like. So, and I don't believe it's overconfidence because Suga will never allow it. I think they know they're good. They know that what they're doing is working, and they just have a lot of belief. So it gives Chelsea supporters, it gives the players a lot of belief that we can. I was thinking about something else as well, which is why I said it would be a draw. I was thinking, what are the chances that Chelsea will beat this Man City team 3 times in the same season? I don't think that's the chances are not very high, but it's still possible. It's still possible. So
that's wild, bro.
Yeah,
3 times in the same season against Pep. That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder, talk to me, man. Wait. Wonder, what is that beeping sound? It sounds like if you're in a Martian spaceship. There is a beeping sound around here. Are you on a spaceship?
Well, not really. I am.
Yeah, because there's just this like a beeping sound behind. I don't know what it is, but continue. Talk.
Right. I apologize for that. I would say that this result would definitely change opinions of people in terms of like how we'll view the final. For me personally, it does give me a bit more confidence that we can beat Man City in the final, regardless of whether or not Kevin De Bruyne was playing or not. Both managers this game were being precautious because none of them wanted to give any clues or any ideas of how they were going to play in the final. That's why Pep chose the side that he picked today and the formation, which I was very confused about. And also with Tuchel, there's never really a certain starting lineup, which is what I've noticed with him. He's always chopping and changing. There's never really a set lineup or starting 11. There's not like with Tuchel, there's no such thing as like the strongest side. He'll play he'll play the players that he'll play in the position. And the good thing is with that formation that he has, the players are used to it and they know the instructions. They know how to play well. What I will criticize Pep is that it's not about the players that he picks, but sometimes with the formation and his tactics, he always tries to overthink things and does a few things differently, is what we criticize him for. Because at the start of the game, it was a back four with Ake in central midfield, but when the game started, they reverted to a back three with Mendy and Cancelo playing as wing backs, and Ake went back and played the third centre back, and Rodri and Torres were the two midfielders. So it was more like a 3-5-2 sort of thing that was happening, and it was just weird to me because I've never seen City play in a sort of formation before, or like maybe I'm not too sure. I couldn't recall, but it's just that sort of thing that was City's downfall, and personally,
because I want to get to the critical things. What does this say about the CL final? Does this show that Chelsea have City's number, or do you think that it's going to be a completely different game? How confident are you as a Chelsea fan based on the 2 dubs over Man City? Because I say this is irrelevant and you'll be stupid. Same thing as how we said that PSG would wash Man City, and we also what that happened. A CL final is completely different, and a CL final ain't a freaking FA Cup. Like, sorry, no one is checking for a freaking FA Cup these days. Premier League, it's a Premier League, but City know that we're going to win this eventually. So, how confident are you that, oh my gosh, this could tell us something about the CL final?
The thing is, anything can happen in the Champions League final, so I can't really say that I'm fully confident. However, I do believe in the strength and the ability of this team, and they have what it takes to win. However, I'm not going to say that I'm fully confident. And like you said, this is like completely different. The league is obviously something that's very important for us because it does get us into the top 3, which is good. But as time goes by, you'll understand that for the Champions League, it's a different ball game. It's the mentality is different and everything else like that. And Tuchel knows that. Hence why he said that it doesn't change anything towards the final. Therefore, I really don't see anything. It doesn't really change anything because anything can still happen in the final. So I wouldn't say that I've gotten more confidence. I'm saying I'm still content because anything can happen in that final.
Abdullah, talk to me. How much does this tell us about what's going to happen in this final, bro? In the game, or do you think it's something that will happen final, or no? It's going to be a different game. Abdullahi? Are you there? No, he ain't there. Wilton, talk to me.
Yeah, as for this game, it's just if you were a City fan, there's no excuse because you can only blame your goal Aguero for missing a brick penalty like that. Like, I'm gonna tell my kids one day that I've watched a guy save a penalty with one hand, a keeper save a penalty with one hand. Like that's just very sick.
My thing is that it's like Panenka, man. It's like
when
they come off, it looks great.
Pirlo. Yeah, it does. But when it doesn't come off, you look like a clown.
Because I remember Jermaine Jenas did one ages ago. This thing went to flipping Timbuktu. But you also have to credit. See, my thing is that how much credit do you give Mendy, or was it just a very badly taken Panenka?
Because even if he did it, because he did it right, he just thought Mendy was gonna move.
No, because 9 times out of 10 a keeper dives. 9.9 times out of 10 a keeper is going to commit to a direction. Because you saw Mendy, he did dive, but like, oh snap, and then he caught it. So how much of it is Mendy quickly readjusting himself, or he didn't put enough pace and speed on the penalty. Maybe it's a bit of both, but it was bad.
It's a bit of both because Mendy didn't budge, Mendy didn't fall for it, and it's a bit of both because I'm like, you don't do that. If you do that, if you're winning like 3-4-0 up, you're 4-0 up, the game is done. But you don't try to have, bro. You're trying to win the title. Yes, you guys are gonna win it regardless, but still, you could have ended this now because if you would have won this game, you wouldn't have to put the likes of the Bruyne and like all the player that you're gonna need for that final into the next game. You could just get the kids from the academy. You could even go to the City Academy, bring up some kids and play them. But now you're gonna have to go into this game now, which you're gonna have to win. By the way, who are City playing in the next game? Does anybody know?
Oh sure, I'll look that
No,
up for you now.
but I'm pretty sure they're gonna beat whoever they're playing, because they have an easy schedule. Chelsea was the
I think
last.
it's Newcastle. To be honest.
Newcastle away, yeah, Newcastle then
okay.
Brighton.
Can I
Yeah,
say as well, by the way, I heard that there were fans in the stadium, but I didn't hear anything. I wasn't hearing. Did you hear the fans? I wasn't really.
I don't
Outside
think
the
they're fans in the
stadium.
stadium.
It was outside the stadium.
But yeah, as for this game, like you can't really say, oh, because the Bruyne, no, because they had it. They was there because they were winning. They were winning. It's not like Aguero like missed a goal for them to go up 1-0. They were winning already 1-0 up, and then the second half they didn't come out to play. To credit to Aguero almost bricked it again though. To be honest with you, Sterling saved them because I don't know what Aguero was taking in that chance. Luckily, Sterling was there to put it away because he almost bricked it. But to be honest, Sterling been trash this season, but he was okay in this game. He wasn't bad at what we saw from a couple of games this season. But as for, I don't think this game really matters. Like when I mean matters, I don't think it's gonna affect the final that much because the final is 3 weeks away. Yes, for Chelsea, it's gonna give him a lot of confidence because most people thought this game was gonna be a
But you
draw.
have to be careful though, like, and that is why it's where people come in crazy. But could almost be the worst thing and the best thing that happened to Chelsea. No, the worst thing and the best thing that could happen to both Chelsea and City, because for City, they now know that we have a lot of work to do. So we're not going to come up with something different that they don't expect. Chelsea were saying, oh my gosh, we can beat these guys. We already beat them twice. So you now have that false sense of confidence, which could be very dangerous.
It is what it is, but I don't think this game. I've said it before, even when the game started. I said it no matter what the reason, unless Chelsea beat the living crap out of City like 5-0 today. Whoa, then we could be like, yo, maybe Chelsea's gonna lubricate these guys in the final. But the final is 3 weeks away. There's still a lot of preparation. Like we said, Mount didn't play, Havertz didn't play, De Bruyne didn't play, Foden didn't start, Morris didn't even sniff the pitch. So there's still a lot of work to be done. But
I forgot Mahrez.
Yeah,
Mahrez wasn't there.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Stone and Diaz didn't play today, right? Too.
No. Diaz played. Stones didn't play.
Oh,
Diaz
okay.
played.
So
it was Diaz and
Mendy was the left back, and Zinchenko is usually the left back. So it is what it is. And as for Aguero, for a guy that's trying to break the Wayne-Rooney record, you just need 2 goals. Why? Like, just take the penalty regularly, bro. There's no need to do that.
It was trying to base Chelsea, man.
Like you're trying to be offensive, but credit to Chelsea though. I do think I've already said it. I think Chelsea are gonna beat Man City in the final just because Chelsea
easy.
Just because I think you guys have that mentality. Yes, City got over the hump and got to the final, but teams like PSG and City, you don't trust them until they win it all. Because Aguero went from helping
City. You should be scared today. You should be scared because Wilton has bricked all his predictions.
No, like I said, I don't believe in jinxing stuff like that. It's whatever. The better team is gonna win the final. My thing is, City.
Wait. Let Wilton land it. I'm gonna come to that.
All I'm gonna say, like, City had their chances. Credit to Chelsea. And by the way, I think that was a penalty. It was light. Don't get me wrong. It was a light contact, but it's a penalty. Rules are rules.
No, it was a
penalty. It is a
penalty.
Yeah, because if you give that a pen, the entire psychological of the game changed. But it is what it is. City had the chance to score. Okay. So good credit to Chelsea. Good win.
So before I come to Nats, let me just read these dubs, man. So thank you for the dub, Miguel Rabines, who says, "Let this sink in. Marcos Alonso has more Premier League goals for Chelsea than Torres did for Chelsea. That is wild. That is wild." Basically, just as again, you know that Torres is a Brick alumni. So once Torres retires, he's going to become an honorary member of the Brick Academy. But a left back has more goals than a 50 million pound striker. That's disgusting, man.
Wing back. He's a wing back.
I don't give a crap. He's still technically a defender. I don't give a crap. The fact that a wing back, whatever you call it, more goals than a striker, that is embarrassing and disgusting. From to Daria 123 says, "Take it the dub. I hope Zidane is gone, even if Real Madrid win La Liga." Well, put very simply, it depends on what Perez wants to do. If I was advising Real Madrid and so forth, you have to do away with Zidane, because Zidane will never, ever want to coach a totally new team without these young guys. Zidane will coach Cruz, Casemiro, Ramos until they're 70. He will never replace them. So it depends what Perez. If Perez wants to do something new, Zidane has to go. And then he will go voluntarily if he decides to replace the entire team. So it depends on what Perez wants to do with the team. Now, to talk to me, man. What does this game mean? Let's keep it real. None of this reverse crap. None of this reverse crap. Bro.
No, I'm gonna keep it real. So today in the game, we played with one midfielder. So we played with Rodri alone in the midfield. Like, you can't name me another midfielder in that game. The only midfielder in that game was Rodri. The way we conceded that goal, it was because we had no midfielders around Rodri you could play it to. So he got lost in the middle, and you guys caught the ball in the middle, and you scored eventually. So, I would love to overreact here and give Chelsea confidence, but you guys should have beaten us even more. Should I tell you why? This is a formation that we never play, first of all. You guys played your strongest tactics, your strongest formations. The only players who were missing, I think, was Kai. Who else was it? Kai, Chilwell was missing. Mount and Chilwell. And maybe one more player, I can't remember. Jorginho was missing. But other than that, everybody else was playing. And you guys played your strongest formation. If we went 2-0 up, HH, I don't think you guys coming back from that game. Because if we will go,
you're right.
Maybe it could be 2-2, but I don't think you guys. I'm trying to look on the bigger picture. If that penalty goes in, so in my opinion,
and for you, it was a penalty.
It would be harsh, but it has to be a penalty because his legs are all over the place. All he's doing is just flapping his legs all over the place.
Yeah.
And then he touched.
He made contact. When we look at his profile, he made contact.
It was like 2 light contacts were enough to get him down because he was on full speed. So I'm not gonna overreact. As much as I want to overreact, I'm not gonna overreact. This can be very bad because you guys might be able to beat us 3 times in a row, and that's a big thing. Like Pep, it's barely any times. I think the only person that's done that is probably Solskjaer, that's beaten us 3 times. Yeah, of everyone, him, but. It's a Champions League final, and anything can happen. And if we're playing our strongest 11,
so how worried are you then? Or are you like, strongest team, different game, CL final, different game, strongest team, CL final, different game?
Because when you play with your strongest team, even if the players are good, even if you have good players, they haven't played with each other that much. It's a different formation, it's a different players. They haven't got that chemistry. But when we play with Mahrez, Foden, and De Bruyne and Bernardo and all those players together, they have those chemistry in that false line that they've been playing the whole season in the big games. So I see it being a very different game, and I think that game will be very tight because I respect Chelsea. Like, the most team I respect in Premier League is Chelsea. I don't respect United. I don't respect all those old teams. The only team I respect because they've shown that they can tactically and they can control games as much as we can as well. So GG to Chelsea.
Sean, talk to me, man. How do you view this whole Chelsea-Man City thing, bro? I mean, without victory, do you think it tells us something about the CL final?
No, I don't think it has much of a bearing. I actually think psychologically, I think it's more difficult to win 3 in a row than it is to win 2 in a row. Like, from Chelsea's perspective, they won the FA Cup. I think a lot of that was down to the changes that Pep decided to make. And he's juggling multiple competitions, and then the mistake by Zach Steffen and the way Chelsea played, it was just a perfect formula for them to get a result there. And then today was a little shocking. I was hoping Pep would go all out for this game just to see if he could exploit Tuchel's formation a little bit. I'm sorry? Yeah, but if the game is 3 weeks away, what rest are we getting here? I mean, that's going to turn into rust, not rest. I think that if I was Pep, now obviously he's a genius, so I'm not going to say much, but if I was Pep, I would have just tried to exploit as much as I can with the current formation I probably would have used in the final to see if there are little holes in Chelsea's system, just experiment a bit, because you're going to win the league either tomorrow if United bottle it, or in the next week or so. They're going to win the league regardless. I think that's what they could have done. But the game has actually no bearing, and I think it's really difficult for a team to win 3 in a row as opposed to 2. And I had a conversation with this guy that lives in England, and he was telling me that he's been watching football for a long time, and he says that I'm actually upset. And he's a Tottenham fan, but he's like, he doesn't like City, and he's like, I'm really upset Chelsea won today, even though he doesn't like City. And I'm like, why? He's like, because it's nearly impossible for a team to win 3 in a row, especially under these circumstances, just because of the whole psychological aspect. Because there's no De Bruyne today, there's no Mahrez, no Bernardo Silva. They clearly use a different formation. They're using 5 defenders. Nathan Ake, Mendy, Laporte was playing, Stones is playing, obviously Diaz is playing. I don't know if you're going to start Rodri over Fernandinho in the final, but there's going to be so many different changes in the final. And then, in just specifically this game, the way in which Aguero took that penalty, I feel like he wanted to make a statement, kind of like, I'm leaving this season. I want to make a profound impact, break some records, and in route doing so, do it with a Panenka. And if he had scored that penalty, it would have been 2-0 at halftime, and City probably would have seen out the game, and they more than likely would have won and then won the title, and then we wouldn't be having these conversations. But he didn't. He missed, and then ultimately Chelsea won. And I think one of the biggest factors too is that I think that was a penalty on Zuma. It would have been pretty harsh because Sterling did fall kind of easily, but he was off balance, Zuma, defensively, and you're gonna get punished for that. And I'm surprised VAR didn't even check it. So that was interesting to see how it didn't happen. But how do you excuse a 93rd minute goal when your left back is scoring in Alonso? How do you excuse that defensively, especially if you have like 4 or 5 in the back? Like, that's you can't. I don't care if it's an exhibition game and a friendly. You can't let that happen in the 93rd minute of a game. It's really inexcusable. And I'm hoping that City, now going into the 3rd matchup against Tuchel in the final, Pep knows what he's going to do. So I'm really hoping that this has no bearing, and I don't think it will have much of a bearing.
Okay. Also, by the way, Sean, I think you need to probably reduce some of the background sound, because I'm hearing a lot of feedback whenever he speaks. Just reduce the background sound where you are, bro. So who else wants to jump in on this whole thing? Chelsea, City, the game. What bearing do you think it has? Anyone who wants to jump in?
Yeah, I'll jump in.
Okay. Damien, and then to Zeman. Damien.
Okay, so when I was watching this game, I only watched the second half of it. I didn't really watch the full game of it. I don't think this will have much bearing on the final. I feel like this game will be interesting in my views, where is Tuchel gonna go the same way that he has, in these past 2 encounters he has with Pep, or is he gonna change it up, since knowing that?
No, that'd be stupid if he changes it. You could have. Once you've lost to a guy twice, the guy who loses, have to now come up with something new.
Yeah.
But for Tuchel, keep it exactly. They don't change a single inch. Keep it exactly the same. Now it's about them now to change it up and see how they now change it. So it's for Pep to say, okay, what's in these 2 games? Why did we lose these 2 games? How do we figure out this defense? How do we restrict the threats of a Pulisic, Werner, and so forth?
Yeah, so it's going to be mainly on what Pep does, not what Tuchel does, in my opinion. And also, Man City in these two encounters, they didn't really have their main players. Their main clutch players. De Bruyne, Mahrez, even Stones. To a certain extent. So I wouldn't take these 2 games as a bearing on the final, but I think it should give Chelsea some confidence, at least, that they can beat this Man City team, regardless of it's Man City's B team or whatever, that Chelsea can still beat them. So, I mean, it should be interesting the 3rd time what Pep really does, not really what Tuchel does.
Hey, Judge, can I respond to what Eric said before? Because he said that people were saying that City have 2 world-class players in each position. They don't have 2 world-class players.
Was that you that said? I think I remember you. You usually said that. Oh no, because I think you tweeted that City have the greatest team in the world.
They have two good players nearly in every position. 2 good players, but yeah, they might have two good players in each position. Doesn't mean if they play together they'll gel. Like they barely play with each other. The only thing is when they come in a position, they can cover that position when they come in. Like if like two players are injured, for example, if De Bruyne is injured, easily whoever comes in, Sterling, Bernardo, whoever comes in, will cover that position because they're good enough. But for you to say we have a B team that's good enough to win the league, like that's impossible. Like nobody has. I don't think even if you have like billions of dollars, like you're getting that team two good B teams. So.
Zeman, talk to me.
Yeah, from what I've seen of the game, I thought it was an interesting game. But then again, I don't think this is going to dictate what the final's going to be. I don't think Pep is going to play with an Aguero and a Jesus up top. I mean, throughout the season, he's been playing with the false nine, so I don't see why he would play with those two. They might get introduced in the second half. Again, this tie is probably, I would argue, one of the most tactical ties of the decade, most certainly. Because you have Pep who's found himself and found his a style of play that could accommodate what he already had and have a a defensive approach to a team, and he's shown that through PSG. And then you have Thomas Tuchel, who's very adaptable to different situations. In that way, he's kind of like a younger Mourinho in that sense. So for me, this tie is not going to be dictated by these games that Chelsea has had with Man City. Will Chelsea come into the game with more hope? Yes, because of their past results, but they shouldn't be overly confident upon the results that they've gained. I think this tie. It's hard to tell who's going to win. There could be valid arguments for both sides winning from a tactical standpoint. So for me, if I'm Pep, I don't necessarily try to change that much because that's when he messes up the formula. That's when things get tweaked too much to the point where either the players don't necessarily understand the formation or don't necessarily understand the idea that's coming across. So you don't want to do that. You're in a final.
So you're saying that come the final, it's a different cake. It's going to be a different meal to be cooked in the final. Like this, these two games mean zero, zilch, nada, nothing.
No. These two games mean nothing. It's not like when he was like, you look at the game he had against PSG, he had a different mentality coming to it against Chelsea in those two ties. It was an arguably weaker side. So I don't understand how people could come up with tactical reasonings and know-how as to how Pep is going to set up when he's shown that even if you were to say that Pep overthinks, I think what we've seen so far in his progression to the final is the fact that this guy has tactically changed his outlook. He's not overly reliant on being being on attack, which is going to be interesting because Thomas Tuchel is going to face up against someone who already knows his tactics and already understands certain aspects of his play, and he's going to have to come up with a solution for a manager that could switch up as much as he does.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
what's it called? NK Dons, talk to me, bro. Chelsea, Man City. Looking at that, should you feel right as a Chelsea fan to be confident ahead of the CL final, or should you be cautiously optimistic, or still go in there fresh, totally new game? These two wins mean zero.
Cautiously optimistic because you can't. You can't say it doesn't mean anything. You can't say that because it's life. Like it's an experience that players have experienced. You know what I mean? So you're going into a game off the preset that we've beaten these guys twice before or we've lost twice before. You know what I mean? And with Pep, he's probably feeling shades of Lyon because if I remember correctly, they didn't beat Lyon in the group stage. They lost and drew, and then everyone knows what happened in the Champions League. So the problem that I see with it is I'm looking at it from a Chelsea fan. How is Pep gonna feel? Because to show up, I'm comfortable with whatever happens. But my issue is Pep. How is he gonna? Because the headache, I think the headache is what these two games are. It just gives him a headache. Selection choice, tactics. If you'll match the formation or not, which I don't think is wise, but that's just me. If you'll match it or if you'll go back to what he normally does, it's the headache. So you can't say it doesn't mean anything. in my opinion, it does mean a fair bit. But we'll see. We'll see.
I'm Ham. Very briefly, since it's been a long time since you've been here, I actually thought you were still in the academy. Briefly, Chelsea, Man City. What does this tell us ahead of the final, bro? Keep it very short and sweet.
Yeah, well, hello to everyone. It's good to be back. Chelsea men's. I think I think this match was obviously meaningless. Like, everyone
Obviously.
knew it. It just, I mean, Chelsea. I mean, what's it? Man City have already won the league. They just looking at the Champions League right now. They are licking their lips. They are salivating. Their stomach is rumbling. You know, all that nice stuff. So, Chelsea, man, I think this match like gives Chelsea fans a little bit of hope. But when I look at the two teams, I'm just thinking 6-0, like the last time you guys played Man City in the final. That's the vibes I'm getting. I'm still getting those vibes, even though you guys won. Like, I just don't see how you guys are gonna beat these guys, man. And I think that if you guys allow Pep to win a Champions League start like 2010, and then like now, it's just bad, man. I think if you count on his own level, like if you go by the metrics that he's established, has to be in his own lane, he's the GOAT if he does it. So
I don't know, but look, as I say, we'll see, man. We'll see. So, guys, next one here, and this is going to be a quick fire here. So I'm just bring up something here. So, guys, where Juventus failed, I think Bayern are going to succeed. So, if you're living under a rock, Bayern Munich right now are officially the champions. There we go here. I believe there are 2 more games to go. So there we have it. Leipzig failed to defeat Dortmund, which meant that, oh my God, Dortmund are fourth. Oh, wow. Okay. So, which meant that they're able to say what's up, although Frankfurt still, have a chance to pretty much say what's up again. So that's actually quite a interesting fight for 4th place there. So the reality of the matter that we have now is Bayern are champions. But this is what I wanna even look at closely here. Hopefully you guys can read that. And Dory, your eyes are not deceiving you. And this guy was actually injured. So this guy missed like 2 games through injury. But yeah, you read that right. That is 39 goals. So I believe the record, I think, is Gerd Muller, who got 40 Gs. So this is 39 goals purely in the Bundesliga. And he's got 2 games to add to that right now. So, first off, I want to just talk about, and this, guys, this is just very, very simple. So it's going to be 2 very simple questions. First is, will Bayern be the first team? Will Bayern do 10 in a row? And the second question is, how do you rank Lewandowski as an all-time striker based on just the records that he continues to break? Is he now that this guy is the best striker of his generation, or do you still put a Bundesliga tax on what he does? So where do you rank Lewandowski in terms of all-time strikers or of his generation? And will Bayern do 10 in a row? Let me go first, and I'm sure I want to hear what guys in the live chat say. Bayern Munich will do 10 in a row. Facts. You must be smoking crack if you think these guys won't do 10 in a row. And also, Bayern Munich are far more responsible than a Juve who had a freaking Andrea Pirlo. Lewandowski, for me, all time, you could put an argument for top 10 all time. Based on just what you've done for top 10 all time. Of his generation, as a striker, of his generation, he might be top. He just wanted to. See, Benzema is a better player. As a player, as a footballer, Benzema is better. Purely the art of just goal scoring, just a full-on striker goal scoring, Lewandowski might be the best of the generation. Bundesliga or not, boom. Hence why it was very key what he did before. Although, a question about how clutch is he. Goal scorer, amazing, but how clutch is he is a different thing. So Abdul, I'll come to you. Will Bayern do 10 in a row? Where do you rank Lewandowski?
I just want to, before I ask that, just quickly, will you be watching or talking about the Women's Champions League final next week?
I'm not sure. I'll
It's
think. I'll
between
think
Chelsea
about
and
it.
Barcelona.
Oh yeah, the
chill,
Chelsea
relax,
women.
relax.
League
I'll think about. I'll think
as
about
well.
it. Okay. I'll
HJ
think
ain't gonna
about
do
it.
that. Come on, give me a break.
You see, Abdul, you can't put me on the spot like that. That's messed up. You're gonna put me on the spot like that. And also, Nasa, shut your mouth. Okay,
HJ, you don't have to if you don't want to. HJ, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's okay.
Nasa, just that's a.
Way to put him on the spot, guys. Way to put him on the spot.
That's there's like a mute button. Like press it and see what happens. Just press the button. Just see what happens because the mute button. Abdul, can you just answer the two bloody questions, please? Fuck that. What the hell?
They will not win 10 in a row. They will win 50 in a row. Well, what they've done to the Bundesliga is disgusting, man. They've killed that shit, man. They've killed that Liga. Of course they're gonna do 25 in a row. And in regards to Lewandowski, I wouldn't say he's the best of his generation. How can he be the best of generation when he's only won one CL? He's won one CL, right?
How can he base his points off trophies when it's also based
Well,
off?
you say Messi isn't the goal.
So
you think
Benzema,
Messi isn't the goal
okay,
because
you're putting Benzema. Wait, you're putting Benzema over Lewandowski because he was a side chick to Cristiano and Bale and Isco and Modric. So Benzema is better because he just happened to be in an amazing team. How much did he? How much?
He scored in the final.
Abdul, do you want me to virtually slap you in the face? That isn't a goal. I'm not counting a goal where a guy threw the ball towards you. That goal doesn't count. So no, he hasn't scored in a final. No, that goal doesn't count. So you can't use he's won more when you were a side chick to Cristiano and Bale. And he admitted as much. That's yes, he literally said I was a side chick to those dudes. Right now, I cannot be more of my player.
But
So,
the same argument can be made for him, for Lewandowski playing in that Liga, in that team. You can Benzema this season in that Bayern team. Who knows? He could have 45 goals.
ifs, buts, and maybes.
Yeah, exactly.
In any CL winning season, did Benzema score as many goals as Lewandowski did last year for Bayern Munich? Yes or no?
He's the third highest top scorer.
That was not my question. My question was, in any of Real Madrid's CL winning seasons, did Benzema score as many goals as Lewandowski did for Bayern Munich last year? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you very much.
He's top 5 in my book.
Okay. Wilton, talk to me. 10 in a row, 20 in a row, and Benzema and Lewandowski. What is your rank?
By the way, it's just like the team, Bayern have 31 Bundesliga now since they won it. The team in second place, I think, only have 8 or 9. So
is it like Nuremberg or something?
This is cannibalism, bro.
It's cannibalism.
This is bad. But yeah, they definitely doing 30, 40 in a row. Because I've never seen a league where you get the team that finishes second, you get their best manager, you get their best defender. But again, I'm not even hating on Bayern fans. Like, credit to Bayern, they're doing what they're supposed to do. When you're a top club, you're supposed to rebuild, you're supposed to revamp, so you can stay up top. It's not Bayern fault. Like, Bundesliga fans, and the funny thing too, Bundesliga fans, they're not upset about it because they love the way the league is. Because I hear like the atmosphere in those Bundesliga games is insane. They like the 50+1 rule.
At Dortmund, yeah.
They like the 51+1 rule, so they like it. So it is what it is. I guess the way I see the Bundesliga, they're just there to help Bayern get as strong as they can, so that Bayern can compete in Europe. Because let's be real, Bayern, even if Bayern gets a title race, we know they're gonna win it. Like, they're just unstoppable in the league. They're gonna do 40, 50 in a row, man. Maybe even if I do get kids, maybe they might grow up watching Bayern winning the Bundesliga. But that's crazy. But as for Lewandowski, in this generation, you have to put him. I'm a Real Madrid fan. You have to put him as the best striker. Like, based on this guy is just insane. Like, I'm pretty sure he's the third highest goal scorer in the Champions League history too. I'm pretty sure he's behind Messi. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Cristiano, Messi, Lewandowski, then the Benzema. Yeah, but
Oh, they
Benzema
said
played more
Benzema.
game than him too, and
Okay,
Benzema
okay.
played more game. Lewandowski did it in less games. So, and if he breaks that Gert Muller record, because a lot of people thought that record would never be broken when Gert Muller scored it, and there's 2 games left, he comes back, gets a hat trick today, like it's nothing, like 39 goals. This guy is like honestly insane. He's like, even if you don't want to put him as number 1, he's definitely top 5 in this decade, because there's nobody else you can put ahead of him, because Loa, Benzema, Suarez, Ibra, then Aguero, I would say, in this decade from 2010 till now. So I think he's the best in this
Yeah,
generation.
and also they're playing Freiburg and Augsburg in the last 2 games. Oh my god.
yeah, he's that.
Oh
And by the
Lord.
way, the all-time, like, are you talking about just striker or as and everything in general?
Striker.
Oh, striker.
Just striker. Out of scoring goals.
You could make an argument he's top 20, top 15 of all time.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think of all time as a player, I think he's definitely top 50 of all time. Greatest who ever played a game, like top 50 for sure. But that's my 2 cents on it. Cannibalism, don't hate on Bayern. I don't want people to hate on Bayern. It's not Bayern's fault. They're just doing what they're supposed to do.
All right, so Zima, talk to me. So very simply, will they do 10 in a row? Where do you rank Lewandowski?
We're talking about will they do 10 in a row? We might never see another team win again.
There
We might
go.
never see
That's
another
what I
team
wanna
win the
hear.
Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Like, we might be on the grave, man. This never gonna happen. This team is definitely gonna they're gonna keep on conquering the Bundesliga. And as far as Lewandowski goes, yes, he is the best in his generation of all time. I don't know, man. There's a lot of there's a lot of players I rank ahead of him, like Eto. So for me, I would say he's probably top 15, top 10 at best. He's top 10, top 15. Are we going to talk about Uncle Mu moving to Roma?
Yes, we will. I've got we'll touch upon that.
I
shut
love
up,
that
man.
news. I love that news. This is great time. This is a great time.
Great
Great time for us.
Wait. Okay. So where do you? So you say 20 in a row, and where do you rank him as a striker?
I would rank him 15th in Uncle Mu. I pray for you. I pray for you. I pray for
All
you.
right. So before I come to Latza, let me just hit up this dub up in this piece, man. So thank you for the dub, Mr. Abdul Rahman Onanuga, who says, "Love the channel, HH. Big up my Niger brothers and Natsa." Why are you picking up a Natsa?
You see, HH.
No, wait. No. Okay, so no. Love the channel, HH. Big up my Niger brothers, and that's it. Full stop. Where does Natsa come into this? He's the ops. He's the villain. Latsa, talk to me. How many will Bayern win in a row? Or rather, will we see another team win a Bundesliga? And where we put in Lewandowski, bro?
So Martin Rosario wanted to shout out. So Martin
No,
Rosario, shout out to you, bro.
no, don't shout him out. No, don't shout him out. Don't, because first of all, Martin Rosario, you've been talking slick, man. Be respectful. You've been talking slick. No, cancel that shout out. No, sorry, I'm cancel this. I'm not.
By the way, HH,
Answer.
you're calling me Latte again, so that means you want to win the Champions League final. So you think you're going to win the Champions League
Not
final.
so, just talk. Not so.
That
Can
means
can you answer the bloody question?
Okay, here. HH, I want to read something out for you real quick before I answer your question.
Oh, God.
The Bundesliga tax 100% exists because this guy called Andre Silva, at Porto, this guy played 58 games and scored 24 goals. At Sevilla, this guy played 40 games and scored 11 goals. He played 41 games at AC Milan and scored 10 goals. As soon as he moves to Frankfurt, this guy has 68 games and 42 goals and 14
relax,
assists.
man. Don't be harsh.
HH, this league is not serious when it comes to defense. This league is not serious. So,
So you're trying to hate on Lewandowski, man. You're basically trying to hate.
No, but basically Lewandowski has proved himself in the Champions League, and I can't say anything about that. But how can we take that 40 goals seriously? We need to discount 40 goals, like make it to 20 goals, make it halfway through, and that's realistic. Because how does he have 39 goals? Like how? He has been injured as well.
No,
how?
but not so, bro. Messi had 50 goals in La Liga. That's the record. Messi had 51 goals. So
No,
you could say
that's a lie. That's a lie.
he did. He did. That's
50.
the record.
That calendar
Yeah,
year,
that's the
dude,
record.
he
That's
scored
the La
on
Liga
50
record.
goals. He scored on
Was that just in La Liga or
Yeah, just
all
in La Liga.
competitions?
Just in La
That's a
Liga.
lie.
just in La
Look it
Liga.
up. Look
He
it up.
scored
Okay,
50 goals.
He destroyed the league.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, 2015. 2015, right?
Destroyed
It's
that
it's
league.
it's
It's
the way.
La Messi Liga, man.
Yeah, just look
La
it up.
Messi Liga.
Messi holds the record.
Relax.
2015.
He's not human.
2015 La
2015, yeah.
Liga top
Yeah.
sures. I'm gonna
I
check this
think
right now
Ronaldo
because
has
you have me
48.
now.
Yeah,
Ronaldo
Ronaldo had
has 48.
48.
That's when he was
yeah,
on a
no kidding.
chip, bro. He was chipping
Ronaldo had
against
like
everyone.
in 2015. I thought Ronaldo was gonna break it, but Ronaldo only had
That was
like
a
48
season.
goals. Ronaldo only
La
had 48
Messi
goals.
Liga.
Okay,
Bro,
no,
these guys have-
wait.
Those are
No,
the
let's-
crazy
let's-
goals.
let's-
And look at the assists too. I think he had like close to 20 something
He had
assists.
59 in La Liga in 2012. 59 La Liga goals.
No,
Wait,
no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
never
No, he
had
didn't.
I'm
That's a
looking
lie.
at it. I'm looking at the Barca
That was that
website.
Just in La
90. Yeah,
Liga?
that's that
Just in
90.
La
No, that's
Liga?
overall.
Easy.
No.
That's overall, I think.
Well, that's overall. We're talking about just La Liga. The record is 50. Ronaldo in 2015 had 48. Ronaldo was close to breaking it, but he didn't. Messi holds the record. I don't think that record is gonna be broken. I don't think it's gonna be broken, bro. 51 goals in 38 games.
Imagine prime Messi in Bundesliga and this year Bundesliga, bro. I think he's getting 70 goals in this freaking Bundesliga.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about that record? Gert Muller came out and he was salty. That's how crazy that record is. He was salty. He said, if I had 4 more games, I would have destroyed that record.
Wait. Which season did he say he got? Which season did he get 50 goals?
2015.
So is it 14? Because it says 48 goals Cristiano. 14.
Yeah, that was
15 season.
2015. That was 2015.
Messi 11-12 got 50.
Yeah, Messi 11
50 and
12,
20.
I think. Yeah, 2012
50
I think
goals,
was
20
20.
Wait,
goals,
wasn't
I
it?
don't
Wasn't
remember.
it? Well, oh yeah, that wasn't that year where he got 90 goals or something like that. Yeah. 2015 was.
Yeah,
Ronaldo,
that's
like,
that. Yeah, that was that crazy.
11-12. Page 11-12. 11-12.
Absolutely chipping past players, man. Yeah, he destroyed that league, man.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, you can't really say Bundesliga tax when
La
Messi
Liga
doing
need
that
a
in La Liga.
restraining order. No, La Liga needs a restraining order on Messi, bro. What he did to them.
Look at Cristiano, bro. Cristiano at 46 still couldn't keep up to this one, bro.
Messi getting his second place with 46 goals. You'd be upset, bro.
Bro,
No. Wait, guys, let's relax.
Place.
I don't want to hear anybody say anything about Bundesliga because this
No,
is
but hey,
it's
it's
no.
Messi and Ronaldo. They're the greatest goal scorers of all time.
I don't care whether this is Moses and Joseph. I don't care if this is Moses and Joseph. This is in 38 games. You allowed a human being to score 50 goals. Do you know how this?
We all
Do you
did
know,
that.
I don't give a crap.
That was prime
First of
Messi,
all,
bro.
can I land?
Messi would have done in any league, to be honest with you.
In 38 games, you allowed a man to score half
He's
of
an
100.
alien. He's an alien. He's not.
No.
That's stupid. I don't want to hear anything about Bundesliga tax anymore. I want to hear nothing about Bundesliga tax anymore. Nothing.
If he was in the
50 Gs.
Bundesliga, that would have been triple, bro. That would have been triple that.
Well,
how great is La
that would
Liga?
have been 150, bro.
If sports are maybe this right here is stupid. I
Next
don't want to hear
video.
anything about Bundesliga tax.
How great is La Liga really? Next video. We need that HH. How great is La Liga really?
No. You see, no. This. Especially this. Weren't these the days where Granada were like holding like 9?
Bro, that was when Falcao was doing it as well, right? 24 goals for Falcao.
No. This was the times when Granada were holding 9 and 10 like every week.
No. I mean, but HH. In order to put it into perspective, this was the decade. No, this was the decade when La Liga was conquering Europe. To put it into perspective.
It's funny.
These were the decades to conquer Europe.
2015. Where 2015 when Ronaldo had 48. I think we beat Granada 9-0 in that game. Ronaldo scored 5 goals in that game.
Bro, these guys
that was disrespectful.
Yeah, he scored 5 goals.
So no, but they have multiple 40s season. This isn't the only one. Like Ronaldo had 46. Messi had like 2015. Ronaldo had 48. And some other season, I think Messi had like 40 something. I don't remember what other season.
Bro, people used to say like the Premier League has bad defenses.
But the thing about it is, those guys are freaks though. Those guys are freaks though. So are we really surprised?
No.
They're averaging over
Messi,
40
and La Liga was dominant.
Messi isn't scoring. See, Messi isn't. See, put it this way: Messi isn't scoring 50 in the Premier League.
You don't know that though. You don't know
Yo,
that.
Messi isn't
does.
scoring
Because
50.
if Salah can
Seriously?
score
Yo, does
38, if peak Salah can score, like, what was the record? What was the record doing Salah?
The record was 38.
31.
So if Salah can, what
It was
makes you think
36, it was
Messi or
36.
Cristiano can't do that?
No, I think
What?
Salah
No,
got
no, 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 no,
32.
no.
I
What's
think
the
Salah got
difference?
32.
What's the
32.
difference?
It wasn't
32.
38.
No, no.
It was
You get
32.
32.
No, 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 no.
32.
H-
Okay, what I'm
H-
saying, what I'm
H-
saying. If
H-
Salah can do that,
what's-
what makes you guys think Messi
H-
and
it was
Cristiano,
34. It
two
was
better
34.
goal scorers,
Yeah,
can do that in the
What's-
Prem? That
34.
doesn't
So
make
yeah,
sense.
Salah got 34.
No,
What's the
Messi got
difference?
32.
This
No, no,
idea
what's
that the
what's-
Premier League
Wait,
is,
wait, wait,
is
wait, wait. What did I say? Okay, Sean, talk to me. Sean.
okay, this idea that the Premier League is like that Messi and Ronaldo couldn't replicate what they did in La Liga when La Liga was dominant over a 10-year period is kind of crazy. I mean, what Messi and Ronaldo have done in the chip? What? Explain your reasoning.
No, I'm not explaining anything. I'm agreeing with you. If you put those Real Madrid and Barcelona teams in the Premier League, they would have destroyed every single.
Right, but you can't do that though. You can't do that though. You'd have to put Messi and Ronaldo on a Premier League team.
No, I'm talking
Real
about
Madrid, Barcelona.
those teams
So what I say? No, you put that Madrid, Barcelona team, they will give birth to the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly. They will give birth.
But the question is, do they score 50 goals?
Bro, I would have put past them.
Because remember, La Liga, everybody is the Wild Wild West. Nobody defends in La Liga. Premier League is Route 1 fish and chips pubs. So guys will sit back.
But
okay, I get that. Wait, I have the perfect response to this.
Fish and chips are not attached.
Ronaldo was about to do it though in the Prem.
Milton, can I respond to this one real quick? HH, can I respond to this one? So in the last 3 years, if you were to add up all of the goals conceded in La Liga and the EPL, which league do you think has conceded more goals in the last 3 seasons? Just the last 3 seasons.
Last 3.
What do you think?
Premier League, because we had like
Premier
goals every season.
The Premier League had conceded more goals in the last 3 seasons.
And don't forget about
La Liga. And by the way, the goals against compared to La Liga's goals against over the last decade is nearly negligible as well. If you take in the totality of all teams played. So if Messi and Ronaldo, and by the way, if you look at the gap between Messi and Ronaldo and other La Liga players, it's almost a gap of 15 to 20 per player. So I mean, they're anomalies. Look at the UCL. They're anomalies. The third highest goal scorer is 73 goals in 96 games. That's Lewandowski. That's over 48 less. That's over 48 less.
You know what's crazy? You know, to add to Sean's statistics, Messi in the 2019 scored more goals against the Premier League's top 6 than any other player, including players in the Premier League. So this guy
Messi.
dominated.
You know what the funny thing is? Messi is a top 5. I think Messi's a top 5 all-time goal scorer against the top 6 in England.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Yes, 26 goals against the top 6.
And Sean, why can't he score a goal in a World Cup knockout? So, can you explain that?
Oh my god!
Why you change the topic, KJ?
Wait, how many goals?
No. This is the last thing on the topic, and then we're going to move on.
You actually want me to answer that question?
Wait. Last thing, because this is the last thing that we're going to talk about Neymar. But Sean, all these goals, why can't he score a goal in the World Cup? Not cutting. I think it's
there's a lot of factors. There's
some of it factors. I'm sure there are. Yes.
Some of it is poor form, in which you probably base 98% of it on. A lot of it is the different position that he plays for Argentina. He plays a deeper role for Argentina.
Let Sean explain. Come on.
And he's also at the post a couple times in the knockout stages. And also, he's been, listen, there's not really much of an excuse you can give a player like Messi.
Sean, that's where I was trying to get to.
So you just not
explanation. Moving on. Neymar contract.
Where's Verratti?
There's not an excuse. There's not an excuse. There's not an excuse. He should have scored. He should have scored in the knockout.
He should
have scored.
I don't think you let everybody else finish on the Bayern Munich thing. I don't think you.
I can talk on Bayern Munich. I can talk on Bayern Munich.
So let's keep it stupid. So who was next? I think we got. So guys, let's keep it nice and snappy. Wonder. Talk to me. So keep it simple. Will they do? How many in a row will Bayern do? Would you rank Lewandowski? Quickly. Give it to me.
They're definitely doing 10 in a row. And I feel like they'll do 15 or 20 in a row. And for Lewandowski, in terms of strikers, I'll definitely put him in like the top 20 of all time. In this generation, he's definitely up there in like maybe the top 10, top 5 possibly.
Eric.
Yeah, I think Lewandowski is the best striker in the world right now. Shame he got injured in the Champions League. All time, that's a difficult one. Maybe top 15, top. You know what? I'll say top 10, top 10 all time. Yeah, Bundesliga. I don't want to get into. I don't want to open a can of worms, but the Bundesliga is one of the reasons why football needs to be reformed and all that stuff. But yeah.
Right. I'm Ham. Talk to me. So, how many in a row will
29,
Ban
jeez.
do? And Nats, relax, bro. Just worry about May 29th. So, how many in a row will Ban do, and where do you rank Lewandowski all time?
Well, Bayern looks like it's gonna
Ham,
double what it has
I
right
don't
now.
need a story time. This is not Disney Plus. I
No,
don't need
I'm telling
story
you.
time.
I'm just
Thank
telling you
Okay.
I'm telling you exactly what I think. They're gonna double what they already have. That's what it looks like right now. Because I mean, what can the Bundesliga do? The league is pretty much just a kindergarten, or you just leave your kids there, take them up when it's time for real business. I mean, to go home and stuff like that. So yeah, man. I think Lewandowski is definitely like the best striker of the past 10 years. I think he's definitely the most technical. He's definitely
Where do you
he's
rank
definitely
him?
the
Just where
best.
do you rank him? Where do you rank? All I need is a
I
ranking.
think he's the best in the last 10 years. And behind Messi and Ronaldo, he's definitely one of the best goal scorers out there. So yeah, man. I think if you're gonna say Lewandowski, Suarez, and Aguero, Lewandowski in the past 2 years has proven that he's just the most consistent, and that he really had some highlights that the other two didn't really have in Europe.
Okay. NK Dons, talk to me.
The Bayern 10 in a row. Next year might be the early situation where they might not win it, but that's purely because Nagelsmann's coming in, and if is it Rose? Is it Mark Rose?
Marco Rose.
Maybe. I'm just saying maybe. That's the only chance. But other than that, no, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Other than that, no, man. But with regards to Lewandowski, since you brought up the World Cup, how many goals did he score in the 2018 World Cup?
Poland, man. Poland.
No. How many goals? No. You didn't answer the question.
Poland.
How many? No. How many goals did he score?
Okay. Can you answer?
Yeah.
Zero Poland.
How many CL goals does Hazard have?
Zero
Can I ask
Poland.
that
I'm
question?
not. No. I'm not.
What about Verratti? Has
You're asking me how do I view Lewandowski? How many goals did he score? Not World Cup knockout. I'm talking about World Cup goals. That's number one. Panama scored a couple. That's number one. Number two.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, if I don't remember correctly, before this Champions League run, he had a 3-year knockout goal drought in the Champions League. Lewandowski. I'm sorry, me personally, I'm not gonna put. He's below Suarez and Benzema for me.
What?
He's below Suarez and Benzema for me personally, and then we could have a but as of that Champions League last year, put him ahead of Aguero and Ibrahimovic. But before that, he would have been in that bracket for me. But for me, he would have been in that bracket.
NK. So you said that before the Champions League last year, you had him on the same level as Ibrahimovic, and that's trash
Aguero.
as Panenka mentioned.
You said the same thing as well, HH.
Got to be
Bayern
joking.
tax, Bundesliga tax. He was in that
HH,
bracket.
you were saying the same thing before that.
But that Champions League put him up into that upper
Don't play
echelon.
the video.
Other than
Don't
that,
play the video.
no. Other than that, no.
He's playing the video.
Relax. We got earphones. Relax.
HH, my ears, HH.
Relax. I need rest.
No, come on. I want no. Come on, guys. I want no. But how's that?
My goodness, what's wrong with you?
That's
HH, you saw the same thing as well. You were calling Lewandowski a brick. We had the whole stream calling Lewandowski a brick.
It's not crazy. I'm not wild. I'm not wild. You can't be Lewandowski and go in a 3-year knockout. HH lost the knockouts, so let's be real. Then, if we're being consistent, then sorry for me. You're with Ibrahim. Well, before you were with Ibra and Aguero chilling, dorming together. Now you moved up to the real brothers, Suarez, Benzema.
Luis Suarez hasn't scored.
Wait, easy, no. Sean Michaels, talk to me. Sean Michaels, round us up, man. Sean Michaels.
Okay, so yeah, they're gonna get 10 in a row, I think, pretty easily too, and that's more an indictment on the Bundesliga than anything. But as far as Lewandowski, he's better than greater than Ibrahimovic, greater than Aguero. He's definitely top two of this generation. It's kind of hard to differentiate him and Suarez because, well, I think Lewandowski's far more consistent, and Lewandowski's better technically. He's a better overall footballer than Suarez, but just in terms of being a striker,
I don't agree with
Suarez.
that though. I don't agree with that.
Not
How
to
do you
me,
not
he's
agree with? I
not
mean, he's okay. Let's break it
Technically,
down. He's got a way better first touch. He's better holding up the ball, especially back to goal. He's a much better link-up player, and he's consistently scoring at a higher rate than Suarez was. And
link up player. Did you not see Suarez with the Messi and Neymar how he was?
Wow, because he had Messi and Neymar.
But he was still linking up with those guys.
But his technique.
Okay. 2018 through 2020, when Neymar left, how good was Suarez linking up play with Messi? He was honestly a detriment to the team and build up.
No. Isn't Carnival Suarez the same guy? That's what he spent like 3 years of never scoring away in a CL game.
That's one thing.
What did he do in the 4-0 loss? What did he do in that 4-0 loss? Huh?
At least he scored a knockout goal. At least he scored a knockout goal.
Okay, and Kadons, but it's not about him versus Suarez overall. It's about just being a pure striker.
Who's scored in that 8-2 massacre?
Wait, Sean, ignore him.
Suarez scored in that 8-2 massacre.
Sean, ignore him. Just continue talking.
Anyways, I love Suarez, so I don't like really going against him. But if you're just looking at it objectively, Lewandowski brings more to a game than Suarez does, and consistently over the last 3 years, Lewandowski has taken his game to a whole nother level, and it's on par with what Messi and Ronaldo were doing. Statistically, from a goal scoring perspective, he's literally matching their numbers, and 39 goals in 27 games in the Bundesliga. As much as you want to hate on the Bundesliga, that's insane. And what he's done in the UCL, being third with the same exact goal ratio as Ronaldo, by the way, they're both 0.76 for their careers in the UCL. So if they have the same goal ratio, to say Lewandowski isn't up there with as the best striker of this generation, I think, is kind of disingenuous because he's been proving it for a longer period of time. His lows also aren't as low as Suarez's. You can make an argument that Suarez's his peaks are slightly higher just based off of maybe a month or two, maybe even one season. But over the totality of their careers in the last 5 to 7 years, easily Lewandowski is the greatest of this generation.
No,
come on, man. How is he?
Let's move. Relax. So, guys, we're now going to talk about our favorite player, man. I'm going to talk about the GOAT. Many people consider him one of the greatest players of all time. Many people consider him a guy who is a legend, man. And he is somebody who I believe that we should all bow down to. And I think this guy is definitely going to be one of the next greats. And I think that rather than hating, we need to respect this guy, man. Wait, I didn't crack a joke, so I don't know why you're laughing, bro. So
2025 age, 2025.
I think this guy's a legend, man. I'm so forth. The GOAT has signed a contract extension until 2075. So he's going to spend his life. Can I finish? Because let's be professional here. So let me be professional. So Neymar signs a contract until 2075, which means that in his afterlife he will still be playing for PSG and so forth. So therefore his kids will be playing them and everything. Has this guy won a Copa America? Is that Kazi? Anyone?
The one time he wasn't there,
okay.
Jesus carried the team.
Jesus and a dude called Everton with a dodgy haircut. So before we get there, let me just because I don't want to just deal with this problem. So maybe before we get, let me just deal with these dubs, man. So I'm onto the dubs. So thank you for the dub, Mr. Ivorian Child, who says all this proves is how piss poor La Liga was. La Liga was an embarrassment. So let me say again, Cristiano scored 5 goals in a game. How you allow that tap-in merchant who has never scored a goal in a World Cup knockouts, was given life by Ede, has not done anything in a major international final. How did he score 5 goals in a game is an embarrassment. La Liga was shocking. Hence why I will never respect Granada and so forth and Elche and Abel, because you disgrace football in allowing in 9-8 goals and allowing guys to score 50 and 40 goals. Nah, get the heck out of here. From Ajuj00, who says Lewandowski would start part in La Liga just as well. There's 4 more teams and only one title contender, which he has pretty good stats against C2013. I do believe that if he was in La Liga, I think he gets 40 plus. 50, I don't know. Lewandowski probably gets 40 plus. Specifically, if you're going to give him 4 more games. 4 more games are 4 more games. And also against a team that will just La Liga teams that attack 100%. From Chelsea's Babalawa, who says Van Basten was better than R9. Now, let me tell you something about this guy called Chelsea Babalawa. This guy was a Lampard cultist. He loved Frank Lampard, and this guy wanted Tuchel to fail. So I know who you are, bro, because you were one of those guys that swore by Lampard, and you were one of those guys who was crying when Lampard failed, because you were one of those guys who said Frank Lampard is the answer because he's a legend, he should stay. So, my dear friend, I don't want to see you celebrating any Tuchel's victories, because you supported Lampard and you wanted Tuchel to fail, and you didn't want Lampard to be relieved of his duties. That's who you are. I will expose you and continue to expose you both here or on Twitter. I know who you are. I know your names, and I will never allow you to celebrate any Chelsea victory until you get your boy Frank Homeboy back. Thank you. Back to regular programming. Neymar with his sister, who looks money, by the way. So, look, I'll keep it a stack. So, he signs a contract extension with PSG, which means he's going to dedicate his life to PSG. So, guys, it's a very simple question, my dear friends. Is this the right move for him? And I want to confess to Abdul, specifically you, the Barca fan. How does this make you feel? Because you've wanted Neymar to come back to Barcelona. So him signing this contract extension, Abdul, what are your thoughts?
I know Wilton is laughing at me right now because I've been speaking to him about it. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes, we can hear you crystal clear, bro.
All right. The second he signed that contract, right? Well, let me change that. Sorry. The second he left Barcelona, it became obviously clear that this man is more worried about his ego and money than his football legacy. I don't know if you've read the reports, but Rack won this tonight, actually, a very highly reliable source in Spain. They just came out with an article from a Barcelona, where they've interviewed a Barcelona employee, saying that Barcelona actually traveled to Paris and met with Neymar last month, where he said to them that he is unhappy with the state with PSG, basically, to summarize it, and he is interested to play with Messi. Last month, this snake.
Hey, easy.
Bro, he's a snake, all right?
Easy.
So what's changed in that month, bro? What's changed? Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is that they have thrown so much money at him. The only reason why he's still at PSG, the only reason why he left for PSG is money. All of this to get out of Messi's shadow, it's false. It's false. The reason why he left is because of money. Bartomeu didn't want to give him a lucrative deal, the contract that he wanted.
Abdul, you're making a very serious accusation. We need to just understand what you're trying to say here. So you're saying that the sole reason he left Barcelona was because he wanted to get paid more. It had nothing to do with football. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Bro, okay. HH.
Serious accusation, bro. Serious accusation.
HH. Tell me, why would a player of his caliber want to play in a league? Remember, 38 of the games that PSG play are in a league that no one cares about.
No, Abdul. Let's talk football right now. We all know how talented Neymar was. When we saw that kid in Santos, we're like, this is the next dude. This is the next guy to really be the next top player. That's what we all saw because we knew how talented he was. Specifically what he did at that 2014 World Cup. They still lose to Germany. We have a different game if Neymar plays that semi. That's a fact. If Zuniga doesn't knee him in the back. We have a different game in that semi, so we knew how talented he was, and we all knew that we're not seeing the fullness of this talent where he's playing at Barcelona. We all saw that. So his thing was, I can create something at PSG where I can be the superstar. Because you look at every other team, you're going to always have to acquire some of the ball. Why can't I go to somewhere and create a new legacy, be a superstar, and be that center of attention, which I will never be able to do at Barcelona.
Well, it's not working, HH. It's not
No. But you said that he moved. Let's go back to 2017. Forget about now that it doesn't work. Back in 2017, are you saying that he moved solely because he wanted more money, or because no, I want to be the main guy and the superstar, which I can't be at Barcelona? You said it's purely for money. Well, money was a factor for sure.
All right.
For money?
2017, it might have been a mix of both, but I'm talking today, especially today. He's realized he's gone to PSG since 2017. It's his fourth year. What has he won other than Uber Eats? He's not even going to win Uber Eats this season.
Shout out to Leo. Shout out to Leo. Man.
He's not even winning Uber Eats this season. What does that say of his ambition at staying at that club? What does he realistically want with his career? Bro, he's doing it for the bag. He's doing it for the bag because he knows regardless of where Barcelona are today, if he returned and played with Barca next to Messi, they brought in Aguero, got a centre back. Bro, it's a different story. It's a different story. Everyone knows that. That's why Wilton, when it came out that he signed a new contract today, he was dancing. He was doing 360s backflips in his underwear, messaging me, tagging me. Look, he signed a new contract. He knows if what's it called? If Neymar comes back to Barca, it's finished.
How do you know he was in his underwear? That's kind of creepy.
Because they announced it early.
Relax. That's why are you asking those questions, man? Abdul, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question, man. So continue.
No, but that's all I have to say. Like, it's obvious that he's. I don't know if you saw Fabrizio's tweet. Maybe his sister is having fun in Paris.
Abdul, just forget the picture. Just continue talking, man.
Oh my god!
Why you bringing pictures of his sister?
Abdul, we have a hangout. There are people listening. Abdul, can you continue talking, please? Gosh. Can you continue talking? What the heck?
What's his sister doing?
Abdul, just continue. Yes, this is highly. Okay, look, Velton, can you please talk about your man Neymar signing a new contract, please? Thank you.
First of all, it's just I tried watching your post-match stream after the PSG City game. That was totally absolute garbage, which whatever you're saying, like you were just being an emotional merchant. Which that's who you are. It is what it is. When you have narrative and agenda, it is what it is. And as for Neymar, why would Neymar go back to a Barcelona team that was struggling to win La Liga? That just lost 4-0 to Liverpool, lost 8-2 to Bayern Munich, lost to Roma. So he made it to the Champions League final last season with PSG, which means he clearly has a better chance of winning the Champions League at PSG at Barca at the moment. Even if he did go back, who the hell is going to, really? You're going to rely on a 34-year-old Messi? I'm not saying Messi's bad, but Messi's on the decline. Why would you leave PSG when you clearly there's a project that's working that's better? You lost.
Is the product working though? That's the thing.
It's obviously since because I'm not gonna use the excuse. Oh, they got to the final. Yeah, they got over that hump because you used to call them LSG. So did I. When they used to win, especially when they lost 6-1 to Barca. But they got over the hump. They got to the final. Now they got to win it. But my thing is, I don't understand this thing about Neymar staying there for the money because he took a $6 million pay cut, by the way, when he signed that contract with PSG. And he's still paying for all of his employee, because of the COVID and stuff like that. He's paying, and the thing.
I don't know for interrupting you, but is that Neymar in that cup or whatever she's sipping on?
Filter, can you continue?
Anyway,
is that Neymar?
I'll mute it. Filter, can you talk? I'm going to mute people now.
And this is by the way, his new contract. If he wins the Champions League, he gets more money. So why would he just stay for? Because he's literally, if he wins the Champions, he's gonna get more money. So it's
Yeah.
just my thing. My thing.
Well,
is, right?
and also Wilton. Let's keep it real. Is he ever winning the Champions League at PSG? Let's
Yes,
keep
it
real.
is because it's just I don't. Abdul would just be. He just so hurt Barcelona fed that Neymar left him. Neymar is
Oh, no,
clearly Neymar is
yeah.
clearly playing at a high level at PSG than what he is. He's a way much better player than what he was at Barca.
1,000%.
Because my thing, right?
No.
You're not,
forget Uber Eats. He's a Uber Eats or not. Put it this way: Neymar, even when he was at Barcelona, when Neymar was playing for Brazil, he was a better player. He did more because when you give Neymar the free role, you're now showing fully thing. But at Barcelona, you can't have two free guys. He was stuck.
But
on the
HH, he was way more effective at Barcelona. Effective, decisive goals. What do you mean? Who cares? That matters.
He was a better player, man.
The other thing too is
effectiveness matters.
He
too.
elevated PSG. He elevated PSG. Without Neymar, they don't get to the Champions League final. So it is what it is. And of course, since he had a bad game against City, we know how reactionary people are, including UHH. I know you will probably be on there saying Neymar is overrated. You were talking about, Neymar is not comparable to the likes of Dino or Romario. Romario never won a CL. He was favorites in the Champions League final. Correct me if I remember. He lost 4-0. Let me
answer a quick question. No. You can't do that. You can't do that. Wilson.
Okay.
Did Romario have Messi and Cannibal Suarez, the best striker at the
they were favorites in that final. Barcelona were favorites in that final. No, they were favorites, bro.
The greatest front three of all time is
AC Milan side that had 7. I don't know if I'm correct or not. They lost to an AC Milan side that had 6 of their starters missing. 4-0 in the final where Romario was favorites to win it. And Rivaldo was a bench warmer when he won the championship with AC Milan. Kaká was amazing, but after AC Milan, Kaká became an injury upon at Real Madrid. He didn't really do much. And Dino, at this age, was freaking losing in the Europa League in the round 32 to
Wait, Milton, you're comparing Dino and Neymar? You're comparing
No, I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying, like, Natchez was saying, Neymar is finished at the top of it. I'm just saying, if Neymar is finished, why is he lost in the semifinal to a City side that are favorites to win the Champions League
without Mbappe, and they all focus in on him as well.
And it just said Neymar is finished. I'm like, at this age, at 29 years old, Dino was playing in the Europa League, bro. He was losing to freaking, I don't even remember the team name. He lost in the round of 32 to was it Postmove? I don't even remember the team name that he lost to. No, Breadman. It was Breadman.
Neymar isn't overrated, bro. His sister's overrated.
I don't know if you know this. Neymar is literally Brazil. He's literally Brazil top goal scorer and assist maker of all time.
With no Copa America or World Cup.
No, we're talking about Champions League. We're not talking about that. For you to say he's trash and overrated, I don't understand that logic. And my thing is, you keep on saying the World Cup. Yeah, I understand he needs to win it because when you're from Brazil, you have to deliver the World Cup. But I'm like, the 2014 side, I don't think anybody picked Brazil to win that World Cup. Like, yes, they were home and everything, but I don't, even me deep down, I knew we're not going to win the World Cup. It is what it is. The World Cup team Brazil team that has won the World Cup, they always had at least 2 or 3 great players. Ronaldo had Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos, arguably one of the greatest left back or the best left back of all time. You had Cafu, you had Lucio, bro. And Ronaldinho performed fantastic in that World Cup, but even you yourself, you said 06 was his World Cup, and he flopped. So don't get me this notion that Neymar is finished. That doesn't make sense. And as for all the hurt Barcelona fan, it doesn't make sense for Neymar to go back there. Because your club is literally need major surgery. He's at a better position for him to win the Champions League. And I don't understand this reactionary thing because let's be real, in the first leg against Man City in the first half, he played well. The entire team just dozed off. But in the second game, I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty bang average in the second game versus City. But my thing is, why is all the blame on Neymar? Neymar is this, Neymar that. Why I know why you blame me in it, because you know deep down in your heart, Pep's gonna beat you in the final, and you know, because your narrative it's true, because you know Pep deep down is gonna beat Chelsea, man. So you wanted Neymar to stop Pep from going to the final.
Don't get Chelsea.
Milton, this is the most sensible you've ever spoken in your time here. I'm really
I'm just saying because I have to defend Neymar because this guy was saying Neymar is one of the most overrated. Bro, he's Brazil's second top goal scorer of all time. He's literally 13 goals away from breaking it. No, what I'm saying is no. Before I round off, my thing is, has Neymar ever had a great Brazil side that that could win a World Cup? Has he ever had? Besides 2018,
Yeah.
2018 he wasn't even fit. So yes, he was whatever. But has he ever had a really good Brazil? You make fun of the Brazilian team, Fred. You make fun of Fred for being who he is. You make fun of Gabriel Jesus and Firmino. So don't give me this crap that Neymar is overrated. He's trash. He's finished.
HH, I have an honest question for you.
I don't want to hear that.
I have an honest question for you, HH, real quick. Do you genuinely believe that the chat is going to listen to Vilton over looking at Neymar's sister?
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
You believe they have you believe they have that sort of attention span?
Wait, Sean, I'm trying to answer your question. Wait, let me answer the guy's question. I am expanding the contents of the Hangout. So I think that we can do it's called simultaneous engineering. While we're here, can I land?
Why do you
content? We can look at.
Have you seen some of the comments in the comment section?
I'm ignoring them.
Dude, it's a bunch of like beta blue pillars in there simping over Neymar's sister.
Nothing with why do you always look for the bad? Because you acting like Neymar, you acting like Dino, Kaká, Rivaldo, or Mario never had bad game in the CL. R9 never won a freaking CL. And you keep on talking about, Neymar needs to win the CL, bro. Dino only won one CL in the final. He was trash. Barca it was pretty much 10 versus 11 versus Arsenal. And he was trash. Neymar already won a CL. You just say that for your agenda. Again, I get it. I have agenda too. I do have a left agenda.
No. Okay, so before I come to Zima, response. Yes, Dino flopped in the final. Dino literally carried.
He didn't carry them, bro. He did not carry them.
Man, come on,
he was the best player, but he did not carry them.
I allowed you to talk. Let me now talk. Please don't interrupt me. I don't interrupt you. Don't interrupt me. Yes, he flopped in the final, but he was the sole superstar who carried that team to the final. Neymar did not carry. Wait, come on, man. I did not interrupt you. Don't interrupt me. Come on, I did not interrupt you. I let you speak. He flopped in the final, but he was a sole superstar that carried them to that final. Ronaldinho did not have a Messi to lean onto. Ronaldinho did not have a Cannibal Suarez to lean onto. So what Ronaldinho did in that CL campaign was a greater degree of difficulty than what Neymar did. Of course, Neymar had his contribution, but my gosh, everyone agrees that is the most fearsome front three that the club football has ever seen. Was MSM that season where all three players were at their peak, specifically Messi and Cannibal Suarez. So please put respect on Dino's name.
Can I respond to what you just said? So Dino didn't have Eto'o, one of the greatest strikers to ever play the game. He didn't have Deco. He didn't have Marcus with him. He didn't have Rijkaard as his manager. And the other thing to it is, why don't you say the same thing? Why don't you keep the same energy for Cristiano? Cristiano made it to the final against Europe, but you always say he didn't. He was injured. He was bummed. Why don't you say the same thing about Dino in the final? He didn't show up in the biggest game. That's what you always say.
Cristiano did not carry Portugal.
He did not.
4K.
So
oh my god!
Wait. Before I come to Zima, also Nasa, that's messed up by the way. That's messed up. So before I come to Zima, let me just get into this. If there's
else, bro.
If there's anything misogynistic, then I'm going to be messed up. So from Wise, from Martin. YSK Jackson says HH. What's Neymar's sister's score on the eye test? YSK Jackson, that is misogynistic and wrong. I will not answer that. I will not answer that question. 96%. From Latin Ozari, who says Babalao said he was wrong. That's Francis. Let me know what the guy said. So Babalao said he was wrong about Francis. Not that he wanted Tuchel to fail. Let the man celebrate your silver victory today. You break. No, I'm going to clown him. If Chelsea succeed, he's not allowed to celebrate. You wanted Frank Lampard, stick with Frank Lampard. No, Babala, I will not allow you to celebrate any of Chelsea's victories on the Tuchel until they get either Lampard or Terry, then they can celebrate. Until then, no, you're not allowed to celebrate any of Chelsea's victories. YSK Jackson says, a night with Neymar's sister or meets El Fenomeno. LSK Jackson. Both. Undisputed says, the top three GOAT Brazilian players are Pele, Zico, and Neymar. Look at this bomb. R9's entire legacy hinges on 2 tap-ins against the worst ever German team, fat loser. Undisputed, which is why I'm never allowing you back in the Hangout again. You are banned from the Hangout, and I'm being serious. Okay, I know. So that's complete sort of trash. And Martin Rosario says, bro, just say you're starting an OnlyFans. Laugh my ass off. No, I'm not actually. Okay, no, I'm not. Okay, OnlyFans is very creepy. I'm not starting a freaking OnlyFans, man. Z-Man, talk to me about Neymar and him signing this whole contract thing.
I, for one, am grateful that he signed this contract. I think it makes complete sense for Barca. I'm tired of us going for guys like him. I'm tired of Barcelona being linked to this guy on a consistent rate. And I think that I think that Barcelona should move on. We have so much areas that we need to fulfill, and yet we're trying to go for Neymar. It makes no sense to me. Like he's 29. This guy's been injury prone since the age of 25. And he's had injuries like those 1 month, 2 month type of injuries, and then he had consistent injuries. So I'm thinking, why would you want to go for a player like that that's 29 when you need to rebuild? It makes no sense. If we're going to be honest, if we're looking at his injuries and how old he is, he probably has 2 to 3 more seasons left. If we're going to be honest, I think he has 2 to 3 more seasons left in him at top flight.
Wait, is this because of injury issues?
Yeah. Injury issues. He hasn't been, he started taking care of himself better, but in the past this guy was more of a party animal for at PSG. So for me, it's like, a guy like that who doesn't take himself professionally. I would say this season he has become more professional, and he has started dieting, and he has started training right, and there seems to be intensity in his training, and you can see that how fit he's been throughout this season compared to other seasons. I would say that, but again, this guy is such an injury-prone player, and it feels like it's a waste on Barcelona to try to buy players like that when you need a whole new squad, and you're relying on a 29-year-old.
So you're saying that Barcelona should never try to bring back Neymar? Business situation.
Never. Forget about it. I've been tired of this rumor for the past 3 seasons when I've been watching Barcelona, when I know we need a center back, we need a left back, we need a CDM, we need a striker. And you're here going for Neymar, a guy who can't finish simple chances anymore. It makes no sense to me. That means you don't really have priorities. You don't have objectives in what you want your club to be. You don't have the vision if you're bringing in another player who's a playmaker when you're clearly lacking. Attacking edge. You need a striker. Why are you going for a winger?
But let's put Barca to one side. Specifically for Neymar, is this a right move, or do you think that he will just go away into obscurity, signing such a long contract with PSG? Or do you think this was only the move he had to make?
For me, I understood why he made it. It made sense to me. It's not only about money, it's about legacy. And winning the Champions League with PSG, a club that's come to relevance in the modern game, a club that not that much people are talking about, and him having that chance to go to PSG and lift them their first Champions League, that does leave a legacy. That does leave a legacy. At the end of the day, if PSG end up becoming a very successful club, he'll always be remembered as that talisman that brought the Champions League to them. And that does wonders for him in terms of not only being a legend, but in terms of branding after he leaves the game, because he'll market himself as the PSG guy. He's that guy. So for me, it made sense from a financial standpoint what they were offering him. I don't know what they were offering him, but it seems like they were offering him a lot. And I'm guessing, it made sense from a financial standpoint, and it made sense for a player like him, to want to build on that legacy. He wants to win, the Ballon d'Or. He wants to be individually recognized. That's the type of player Neymar is. My problem with Neymar in PSG is his lack of effectiveness. This guy is not effective. And you could say, oh, he's more skillful, he's more technically gifted. When you're one-on-one with the goalkeeper, you finish it. That's what a talisman does. And he hasn't been doing that. He has been missing simple chances. I mean, look at the Chelsea game. There was a brief moment where this guy was literally, he was still. Like, this guy wasn't moving. And the only thing that was moving was the clock. Like the player, like the Chelsea, the Man City players were just backing off. They were just giving him space because they're like, what is he gonna do? He's not gonna really do anything, and he just passed it back. This guy was like, he was wasting time and he was wasting effort, and he wasn't being as clinical and decisive. That's my problem. It's not only professionalism in terms of getting out of injuries; it's professionalism when you're on the field. That's something he lacks. So for me, if you want to build your legacy, it's based upon what you do. Nobody cares if you had a great performance. Everyone cares about what have you done, what is your greatest output in the greatest moment? That's what
Okay.
people really care about. That's what people remind you
Wait,
of.
Zeno,
And
you said
Neymar's
he's not
sister has
effective.
plastic surgery.
Wait,
Let's be honest.
you know, he's
Neymar,
keep okay, Eric, talk to me. Eric, talk to me. Talk
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. First of all, hopefully you don't get a copyright strike for all these images.
Eric, just
Cool. All
continue.
right. Cool. And there's some people in the comments. You guys are sick, man.
Forget them. Forget them.
Yeah. Okay.
So
what we're talking about? Neymar, right? Yeah.
Signing the contract.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he likes Paris. He likes Paris. He likes
Bro,
his
realistically,
new...
he had to sign with them. Realistically, he had to. There is no
It's
other
like-
club.
The thing is, like, there's nobody. Yeah, nobody's interested. No, okay, who would like to sign Neymar right now? I don't think anybody is looking at Neymar. Nobody is interested in him, so it makes sense for him to just stay. You know, stay where he is with his sister. Yeah.
It's just like wait.
Do you think it's a good move though? That's the thing. Do you think it's a good move for him to sign such a long contract, such a long commitment, or is it a case of like he wants the money, he enjoys the money, and it's the only place that he can be, man? And can he build a legacy at PSG?
Yes, he can. He already got to the final. He just needs to win it.
He can build. Yeah. He's not going to build a legacy with how do you call it? Uber Eats, the Uber Eats trophies. He's not going to do that, but they got to. It's not as if they did bad in the CL. They didn't do too bad. They lost to Man City and they got to the semi-final. So we'll see how they try and win the Champions League. But he has to start with one of the trophies first before he can consider building some. Because maybe that's all he needs to do. Maybe he just needs to win one Champions League trophy, and that will be it.
But does he win the? Do you think he delivers the CL with thingamajig?
No.
With PSG?
No, I don't. Unfortunately.
So during the whole time, like you don't think he ever does?
No, I mean he's the worst part. Like he's too old. He's
29.
I remember one time when you were saying that somebody was mentioning in the comments that Salah and Mane are 28 years old, and you were saying that they're in their prime. But you know, everybody is different. Some people are in their prime when they're in their 30s. You know, like look at Lewandowski. Look how well he's doing. But some people decline when they're 27. So I don't think Neymar is anywhere near the level he was, at before. So I don't expect him to do anything. Unfortunately, he's just making a financial, he's making a move for his children and his grandchildren. That's what he's doing. He's securing his future.
Oh my goodness, bro. It's just you have turned these people, bro. You have turned these people.
No. These guys are speaking.
It's just, by the way, no other Brazilian ever won 2 CL, right? Neymar would be the first one to do that if he wins another CL. Just letting you know.
Wait, HH Vilter, I got a question for you. Why is Rivaldo not speaked about as much as Ronaldinho? Like this guy was an exceptional player.
He was, but the thing, he never delivered a CL when he was at his peak with Barcelona.
Yeah,
and he won a
Champions League team with Figo and Kluivert.
He won a Champions League, but he was the bench warmer at AC Milan when he won it. But it just doesn't tell you that he just hated on Neymar again. It's all agenda. I get it.
Wait, HH. While we're at PSG, are we going to talk about Marco? We're going to have a serious conversation about Marco?
No, it's all Neymar fault. It's all Neymar fault. Neymar was the reason why they lost.
So
Neymar's getting it. Marco's getting it.
Wait, I have a question for real quick. You said Neymar's not effective. How is he our second top goal scorer of all time for Brazil? He's not effective.
Friendlies doesn't count.
Yeah, like against irrelevant teams. So stats padding.
Oh yeah. Even though we play in the hardest qualifier to qualify for the World Cup. But I get it.
Nasa, talk to me.
You know, Hated only has agenda when you start comparing his goats with someone else that's currently playing. Like for example, Messi is getting compared with people saying he's a goat, and as soon as he hears that shit, HH loses his shit. What the hell? HH.
Not such.
Get that back.
Was it right or wrong? So what does this mean? Him signing this thing with PSG, man?
It was right because where is he gonna go realistically? Barcelona, if they want to sign Neymar, they're stupid. Like they are dumb. There's so much more important stuff that they have to fix before they get a player like Neymar. They have to fix their centre back issues. They have to get more players in attack that can actually score them goals, not brick every chance they got against Atletico. So I like Neymar should have. He has no choice. He has to stay there, and he bricked it. To be honest, he bricked moving to PSG in the beginning. If he
how did he brick it? What do you mean that he bricked it?
He had to go to a competitive league. Like this league is not competitive enough for him. Like for him to, nobody watches it. It might be competitive this season, but nobody really watches the league on. Like nobody can name anyone that plays for Lille, and they're like top of the league. So.
But not so. What does that matter, bro? If he performs in the Champions League, though, he got to the final, bro. He's been at PSG for 4 years. 2 of the season he's been injured. The 2 seasons that he was fit, they got to the final, and they just got.
No, Vilda, I'll correct you. He wasn't injured. He was meeting his sisters at his birthday. Okay, he was.
No, 2018 he was injured in the second leg against Real Madrid. 2019 he was hurt again. Where was Mbappe at against United? The prodigy. Where was he at?
He scored 2 goals in the first leg, to be fair.
Yeah, but what happened in the second leg? What happened in the second leg, though? But if that was Neymar,
it's a 180-minute game. It's a 180-minute game.
No, what I'm saying, how come PSG had to wait for Neymar Neymar had to be healthy for them to get to the final? Because it just was telling me Mbappe is the prodigy. Why didn't he carry PSG to the semifinal?
I don't even like Mbappe. I call him piss.
So again, the agenda, bro. The agenda.
Neymar is 20 times better than Mbappe will ever be in his whole career. I don't give a shit how many World Cups he's won. I only need to watch a player to know how good he is. Like Neymar is 10 times better than that guy. 20 times, sorry. The only thing that gets 1% on the eye test is Neymar's sister. So yeah.
You guys are sick.
No, I'm ignoring that comment. And kid downs, please. Can you talk about Neymar signing the contracts, please? Thank you.
Listen. I'll just say that personally, from my perspective, anyway, I protect players like Neymar because he's a gift to this game. He's a gift to this generation. So I protect players like that. But in terms of the contract, let's be honest. There's only a handful of clubs that could. Pretty much most clubs can't even afford them other than PSG right now. Barcelona are in dire straits anyway. Real Madrid will have to sell players to buy him anyway. That might mess up the flow.
But do you think that if he's serious, take a pay cut and join like a serious team rather than the holiday camp that is PSG?
But HH, you say a serious team.
Goodness.
You say
That's
you
what
say
I'm saying, bro.
HH, you say a serious team, but what team is there that's better than where he's at now?
Exactly.
No. I said serious. No. The key word I said was serious.
Serious, okay.
Forget serious. Serious is you listen
Actual
to the manager. There is discipline, and you're not allowed to do any nonsense. That there's strict discipline, which doesn't exist at PSG.
Okay. As much Vilton, but Vilton,
I don't understand the agenda.
Vilton. As much as you could say it's agenda, let's be honest, right? As much as he got injured before, which is a fair point, he got to the final. He came back and got to the final, right? If we look at this Champions League one that they went on, really and truly, and they've lost Thiago Silva, and let's look at the Champions League one really and truly. If Lewandowski and all those guys were there, it's possible that they might not have even gone through. So that's a quarterfinal exit.
Bayern were just a bad matchup for PSG in general, the way PSG plays.
Okay, so even then, is it wild to say that they've regressed already from that final?
They regress. You could say no. You can't really no. Like what do you mean by regress? What do you mean by regress? No, what do you mean by regress? Like yes, they failed to get to the final, but I'm saying I can't really say regress because Mbappe they freaking playing the second leg against City.
Okay.
It was
as much. Okay. That's a fair point. But even then, still, football injuries happen. You know what I mean? You have to get over that. You have to play through it. As much as it's unfortunate that Mbappe got injured, at the end of the day, you have to play and you have to win. So in my eyes,
what was Mbappe gonna do anyway? He didn't do anything in the first.
No, he would have been effective.
In my eyes, anyway. As much as I love Neymar and I respect Neymar's game, this move, I'm not gonna say is money motivated. I love Neymar too much to the point where I'm not gonna say that. But I don't think no homo. But as much as that is the case, HH. Let's say he doesn't win a Champions League, but he wins the World Cup. I say
It's
that's a
over.
successful
It's
career.
your agenda is over. It's
I
over.
say it's a successful career, regardless of what he does at PSG. If he wins the World Cup, is a successful career.
It is.
So
It just
as
knows
much, or
it.
if he wins a Champions League for PSG as well, I would lean more towards your Brazilian. So you have to do it at the World Cup. But if he wins a Champions League as well, in my opinion, that's still a successful career. So
he's already the greatest Brazilian to ever play in the Champions League. That's statistic. That's fact. That's fact. That's not
Because
even.
Messi and Suarez gave him a life.
Bro, no, I'm talking about goal.
No,
Bro.
dude.
He's the bro. He's Brazil.
That's not normal.
Wait,
That's not normal.
Oh my God, it's
Neymar's a very, very sick man.
I'm frightened how fast you can pull these up.
Sorry to interrupt you, Professor, bro. Bro, he's Brazil all-time goal scorer and assist maker in the Champions League in history.
Hey,
I know. Start pattern.
What would you do if you were Neymar then?
Neymar scored in the Champions League final.
Neymar scored the Champions League final. Something that Dino has never done in his career.
Let me. So if I was Neymar.
Right now,
it is what it is. You remain at PSG, but you've got to get it done.
way
This is my issue. My issue is the way that PSG is being run. It's been run as a holiday camp, and there is a lack of discipline.
It is how?
No, I don't think that's necessarily the case.
No,
because
it is
in
how.
the modern game,
They got to the final, and they just got to a semi. They lost to a great City team.
Bolton,
they lost to Dortmund.
Bolton, it's not the results. It's the style. There's not a team. There's not a team ethos. It's a brand.
They play as a team against. That second leg against Bayern Munich. That was a team. That was a team on the pitch.
It's Dr. Drip. It wasn't a team. It wasn't a team even then.
No,
Wilton. Well-drilled performance. But even then, that's one leg.
You know what Messi used to suffer from being the only creative outlet, being the only person that the team relied on. That's what I saw against Man City in the second leg to a certain degree. Like they kept trying to come from the left because Neymar was in the left, to the point where Neymar had to move centrally for them to create chances. That's the problem.
They just say he was trash.
No. I see this PSG side being way overly reliant on Neymar. That's the problem. That's the problem.
So wait. I want to bring in one of the guys. So Professor, talk to me about this whole thing, man. Neymar signing a contract with PSG.
This is my thing with this whole Neymar debacle. I believe, as Albert Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And we have seen time and again where, I mean, let's keep that stuck. We see Neymar for the longest while at PSG. The same thing, the same mindset PSG has over and over again, using Neymar as a catalyst to get to the Holy Grail, which is Champions League. It's just not working out. I think all of us here can agree that it hasn't been what they expect of him or he expects of himself. Because, I mean, winning the Liga is nothing. Champions League, that's where he wants to be. And up until this point, and me personally, I don't think it would ever happen with Neymar being there, because the whole mentality of Neymar trying to play the hero. Yes, the great players are nines, the CR7s, the Messis. Yes, they had a bit of selfishness with them. Yes, they try to do things on their own. But in addition to that, they try to work with the team. They try to play the team, especially Messi, who create those passes, those through balls, create that space. Now, Neymar, the show that he had versus PSG, especially in that second leg, it quite showed what he wanted to do. He wanted to play the hero. And, you playing that one-sided game, and knowing the output that Neymar has, he's so much better than that. But because of his mindset, he just won't change, or I don't see him changing. I just don't see PSG winning with Neymar and his team. Not to say that he's not good, not saying that. But it doesn't always mean a team with the good players, they don't always win the game. And that's just the truth. You see, the team that has the most spirit, or in terms of working together as a unit,
and
those
a
are the ones that
strategy,
normally
a direction with discipline.
Discipline, direction, and that's something that I don't see Neymar having. Not to take away from his skill, talent, but I don't see him in this Paris Saint-Germain team winning the UCL. That's just my
Why
view.
not? Why not? Why can't they win it?
As I said, I mean,
PSG
if
never
he has
got
a
to a
mentality,
final,
if
and
he has a
they
mentality
got to a
change,
final last season.
but
They
then
never
look at
got
the
to a final ever in
teams.
their
But
history.
then look at the
They
teams.
lost.
That season that he went into the finals with, it was so much different. There wasn't any second legs. You look at the team that he
Okay.
went to reach there. It's
But my
so
thing
different.
is, so is it bad for Neymar to lose to City? City are favorites to win the entire competition, so it's not
Yes,
as
it's
bad.
bad.
Even Natsa in here thought they were gonna. I don't know if he was using reverse psychology or not, but even him, he thought PSG were gonna be City. So you can't tell me that. You can't give me this crap that he can't win it with PSG.
I can
True.
confirm.
But
It's
this is
Neymar. You
but
can't.
this is the
what
thing.
besides
You
what other club besides PSG and City right now that can help him win the Champions League? United got it. Real Madrid we can't. Barca we can't. So
But
Bayern
here's the
they
thing.
don't.
But here's the thing. You have two types of losers. You have a losing where you play extremely well as a team and lose, and then you have another type of losing where you didn't do or perform the way you would want, or you didn't perform well, and that losing that they did against
I
City,
promise
the
you,
second leg.
PSG in the next 5 years, PSG will win the Champions League 100%.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
don't
they are.
get it.
They
People are saying they never winning the
100%,
champion. Bro, they
100%.
never sniff a final without Neymar. Neymar get there. They finally get to their first ever final ever in their history.
And they made the second
you can't,
semi-final
you
in a
can't
row.
tell, and they got
Never
to
did that.
another semi-final with him
Typical
fit.
good.
So you can't tell me this crap that they can't never win it without Neymar.
But you
PSG,
can,
the problem
you
with
can, you
PSG,
can.
right?
You
The
can.
He's been there.
injuries. I
He's
think
been
it's
there
the
6
injuries
years.
that have been killing PSG. They player for some reason always get hurt at the
Wilton,
wrong time.
they need to get better squad. Like they have to get
Yeah,
better.
they do. Of course
And
they do. They do.
a
They
better
do.
bench.
They do.
Especially in the middle of the park.
They do.
Wait. Let's Professor. So just finish off your point. Round off your point.
Right. So as I was saying, based
Can you
on
stop showing those pictures, bro?
Professor,
yeah.
round
So
off
based
your
on what I was
point.
saying, with this team here, the only way I see Neymar winning with Paris Saint-Germain, the team, whoever they get to replace, whichever players they get, the only way I see him winning is if his mentality is adjusted. His mentality is key.
And that's the thing. I keep saying his mentality.
With Neymar as well, it
You
seems
can't
as
win
though
a seal with a proper mentality. You can't win a seal
exactly,
with a proper
and
mentality.
it seems to me that Neymar has more say than some of the coaches. They have a higher.
My thing with itches, right? My thing with itches, right?
No, guys, one at a time. Let Professor finish and then we'll then move on. One at a time. So, Professor, finish your point.
Yeah. So as I was saying, last thing on this is that as I see how, based on watching the few matches that I'm actually interested in watching in League or with PSG, I think that Neymar has a higher power in the dressing room over even the coach. And that again says a lot. I think the coach there should be no greater person, no player should be above the coach, because that's just a recipe for disaster. The coach is the one who sets how you play, the game plan, the guideline, the direction.
Yep.
And Neymar seems like a person who, let's say the
and
coach
also
said
as
to do this,
well,
do that, he would go
even-
outside of that.
Even when Dino was doing his thing, Rijkaard he was still listening to the instructions that Rijkaard was giving him, which is very key. So that's the whole point. So guys, let me just take some of these dubs and then
Did Neymar ever have a type of coach like PSG?
Has Neymar won a Copa America? No, he hasn't. So from
Has R9 won a
YSK,
CL? Has R9 won a CL?
From YSK Jackson says, what is she on the eye test with the shades of YSK Jackson? This is a football discussion. We are not here to be misogynistic. Rating women is misogynistic. Undisputed says, will the panel pay $5 for WHG's picks on OnlyFans? I must open up an OnlyFans, so relax and chill, okay? I am not a stripper. From YSK Jackson again says, who are you taking the shades off for? First R9 or Raphael? I'm taking the shades off for nobody. The shades off stay on forever. YSK again says, I'm convinced her name is Raphael. Jawline is sauce as F. YSK, that is a very, very rude comment. Respect Raphael, the sister of Neymar. That is very wrong. Please respect her. And YSK Jackson says, Undisputed's sick R9 comment makes sense now. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And Undisputed, you can keep trying to end the Hangouts. Your R9 comments is why you are banned here for at least 5 years. And from Lalrem Raut, who says, thank you for the meal. Matt Letizier was so underrated. Yes, he was. And Letizia messed up because Letizia was born on the Channel Islands, which meant that he could have played for England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales. Stupidly, he chose to play for England, couldn't get into the team. If he had opted for Scotland or Ireland, we could have seen a Letizia like at a France World Cup, and he could have done amazing things. He made a dumbass decision choosing to play for England.
He's the greatest
because that
penalty
guy
taker
was
of all
a
time,
quality
though.
player.
He's the greatest penalty taker of all time. Most people rate him as the greatest penalty taker of all time.
He's better than Balotelli, bro.
I don't know.
Balotelli is for me the best penalty taker I've ever seen. Him or Mendieta.
Yeah,
Are
Mendieta
the
was
best penalty
amazing.
takers, man. Those are two guys. So wait, let me just Chimera.
Oh, Chimera wanted to speak on Neymar. He wanted to speak on Neymar. Please speak on it. I've been lubricating this fraud itches, man. I've been exposing him, bro. But he's posting a picture on the chat. Chimera, speak on it. Speak on it, bro.
So Chimera, what do you want to say about Neymar? Wait, are you the Lampard cultist? Or am I getting confused with someone
No,
else?
that's the other guy.
Oh, that's
He's a United fan. He's a United fan.
No, he's not. He's a So Chimera,
Wait,
talk to me, man. Talk to me.
All right, when it comes to Neymar, like, I don't know why everybody hates the guy so much.
I don't hate him.
Yes, you do, bro. You don't have
Let
the
him
same
talk.
expectations.
Let him speak.
Just quick, like, where else is he gonna go? Like, I don't get it. It's like we're gonna criticize him regardless. Because if he left, we're gonna say he's taking the easy way out. He can't hang it at PSG. But if he stays, we're saying he has no ambition. He just wants to party. He wants to stay there. I mean, at the end of the day, like, he made a smart decision. He decided. Because why would he leave? Honestly, he's getting paid a lot of money there. The club is making it to the same finals of Champions League. They have a chance to win it. He's playing with another top 5 player on his team, and Mbappe. He has a good squad. Like, I mean, they have to
Top what? Top what?
Top 5
5?
players. Yeah,
Mbappe's not
Mbappe is top 5.
Mbappe's
He
top
is.
5 player.
Give me a break.
He's either the top 5 or top 10 outside in the world. Like,
Okay, top 10. I'll give you top 10.
Wait,
but not
let
top
him
5.
land. Chimera, land. Continue. Let him land.
But as far as this, like, I mean, he had to he had to stay in PSG. Where else are you gonna go realistically? Like, and as far as all this thing, like, I don't get people. Why are people getting so reactionary, dude? Like, when Cristiano, when Real Madrid bought Cristiano, it took him 5 years to even get to a final with Cristiano.
Sure.
5 years. And that's Cristiano. Like, so why can't PSG? Who says PSG can't? This is Pep Guardiola's first final for Man City in 5 years. 5 years to even get to that. Is the first semi in 5 years. Like, things take time. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, blow up the project," because what? Because lost in semis to maybe the best team in the world. That makes no sense. Like, if they would have lost to, like, Porto or like something like that, then okay, you could say, okay, yeah, there's something wrong. But they lost to Man City. Like, honestly, they were supposed to lose to Man City, to be honest. Man City was most people's favorites to win the Champions League this year. Everybody was saying they're the best team in the world, so I don't get PSG lost to the best team in the world. Like, PSG beating them would have been an upset, to be honest. They weren't supposed to win in most people's books.
So you are guaranteed that Neymar will win a CL with PSG then, and he will leave a legacy at PSG.
Oh yeah,
you believe
because
that?
they're on the right path because they're getting better. Because, like, I know some people were saying, "Oh, last year was an easy path," but there's no easy path in the Champions League. There's no such thing because anybody can lose to anybody. Barcelona lost 3-0 to Roma when they were winning 4-1. Ajax beat Juventus. Porto beat Juventus.
Ajax beat us for one in the Bernabeu in 2019.
Exactly. Like, there's no such thing as an easy path. Even Atletico Madrid, they lost.
City lost to Lyon last season. So
yep, Atletico lost to Leipzig after beating Liverpool in the first round. So anybody can beat anybody. There's no such thing as an easy path. You beat who's in front of you. Those are games. Atalanta and Leipzig. Those are games that are lost before. In the past, they would have lost those games in the past without Neymar. Because you take Neymar out of, I don't even think they beat Atalanta if Neymar doesn't play. To be honest, I think they lose that match. So as far as this, like, they win the Champions League. I think they need to improve their squad. They need to get better fullbacks for sure. Because Barca can't. There's no way Barca should be in the semifinal in the Champions League. There's no way Barca should be playing the semifinal. They need to get another midfielder, I think. And Neymar is starting to decline in the Cardi. But this is the one thing I'll say about Neymar, though. This is the one thing I'll say. He dribbles too much. That's the one thing I don't like. Because people will say, like, because there's one time that shot he took in the box. If he just passed it back, Cardi was wide open. If you watch that play again, Cardi was wide open behind. That's why Cardi was so frustrated. That's why, because like that's why Icardi was so frustrated because they were dribbling too much. They weren't giving him the ball.
Icardi is trash. I ain't passing to, even if Icardi is free, nobody I ain't passing to Icardi.
I'm
So
saying,
no.
but Icardi's a great finisher in the box. I mean, like look at
Bro,
his conversion rate.
please don't defend Icardi. The guy's
I'm saying,
crap.
look at his conversion rate. Though. His conversion rate doesn't lie. He finishes in the box. He's a great finisher.
Okay, all right. So wait. Let me just quickly get this done. So from Junior Aziz, who says, HH, please, we are here for football only. Thanks. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about football. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, yeah, that's what we're having a football discussion. And the images help to illustrate the discussions that we're having. And from Wisky Jackson says, HH, I'm going to tell Sophie Rose that you are cheating. Who the heck is Sophie Rose? I don't know who the hell that is, bro. So, guys, one more thing before we get out of here, man. You know, let's talk about our main man here, Uncle Moon. Uncle Moon.
Thank God. Oh,
Yes.
thank God. Let's go.
Since you're slender Neymar, I cannot wait.
I'm spinning this man. I'm spinning him, man. I can't wait. Let's go.
So actually, see, here's the thing. Before I start, can I just ask a question to people very quickly? And I want a real answer. Who won the Champions League in 2004?
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Porto.
Can I ask a question?
Finished.
Porto won it.
Who won
Let me speak
the
about
treble?
Neymar, bro.
Who won? No, it's fine. Who won the treble? Who won the treble in 2010? Can anybody tell me?
We're seriously doing this.
Inter.
Diego Milito.
So
Eto and Diego Milito.
my thing here
Snyder
is
as
this.
well.
So my thing here is that my man here is already goated.
Garbage.
What is that bad, by the way?
My man here is already goated.
He's done.
And the thing about this is that Mourinho going to Roma is Tottenham lost to Leeds 3-1, in case you didn't realize. So Tottenham as a club are a mess. That is why Kane and everyone is going to leave them. So can I land?
What is that badge?
So
what is that?
I have no idea. Ignore. So my thing here is
just for that.
My thing here is that if Uncle is backed, Uncle can give you something. That's what I say.
That's
If
a lie.
Uncle is backed, because Uncle was not backed at Spurs, he wasn't. Back Uncle, give him the players that he wants, he will deliver things for you. And my thing about this is that, see, Mourinho represents what club football is about. Everyone's a mercenary. I don't want to hear about loyalty. I don't want to hear about, oh my gosh, this is the heart and soul. Oh, shut up. The heart and soul doesn't exist in club football. Club football is about money and about being a mercenary. That's the reality of club football. And Mourinho is doing exactly what you should be doing. You are a freaking mercenary. Who has the highest wage packets? I'm going to go to you and so forth. And the fact that you said he was finished. You all did.
He is finished. He's at Roma.
Finished. Look at Roma.
Can I finish?
Roman Empire died 1,000 years
ago. You all said he'd never get another managerial job.
No, I never said that.
You said he'd never get a managerial job. So
no one ever said that.
Guys, you look like such fools.
No one ever said that. No one ever said that.
Can I land?
Frank Lampard had a job. Why can't Mourinho get a job? Frank Lampard had a job. Why can't Mourinho get a job?
Roma is trash.
Can I land? When we did this, everyone said that Mourinho will never ever get another managerial job again. That's what everyone said. So, guys, how foolish do you guys look? That's what I want to ask. Like, how foolish do you look?
We don't look foolish because we never said that.
He said he was foolish. He's going to be Roma manager.
This guy's garbage, man.
So, Mourinho wins again, and he shows you that as the more times you think he's finished, he'll keep on coming back at you. He'll keep on coming back at you. So, shout out to your boy thingy, man. So who wants to?
I'll jump on this.
I'm gonna go.
I think head Chimera. So Chimera, talk on this. What do you make of doing stuff?
I know we joke around and stuff, but let's be honest, dude. I mean, he is a great coach. Like,
thank you.
He is a great coach. Like,
thank you.
I mean, winning a treble with Inter. I mean.
You said is. No.
Yeah, decade ago, man.
He was.
He's still. I mean, he's still. I mean, I'm gonna just give him respect and say he still is. But I mean,
for first division football, that's it.
Because winning a
Wait, can you let Chimere finish, please, so I can load up these pictures? Thank you.
Because let's be honest, like winning the treble, I don't even think him winning the treble Inter was his best accomplishment. To be honest, I think it's the title he won with Real Madrid. Because he played
100 points.
He played against the prime Barca. I mean, that's hard to do, to be the prime Barca and win the title. But as far as him, Forso, like I just feel like, man, he's just like the teams he's played for, the teams like he's coached recently, they just don't fit his coaching style. Like he just doesn't like Spurs and Man U. They just don't fit his coaching style. Like I knew Tottenham wasn't going to work because Tottenham can't have a defensive coach because they can't defend. So that wasn't going to work. Like because you see Tottenham, most of the games they lost this season, because they collapsed at the end of the game when they're defending because they had no defenders. So that one wasn't going to work. And as far as Man U, like Man U was going to get tired of his pragmatic football at some point because fans don't like that kind of football. So I think Roma, he'll be fine. You know, I don't know if he's not going to win the title of Roma, let's be honest. But he can get like third place, fourth place. He can make them relevant again, you know. But what I'm seeing from Man U, though, like, I guess that Man U game, they got a lot of work to do, especially in defense. Like, a lot. Like, so, I mean, we'll see, though. But, I mean, I think he'll do fine, though, Roma. I don't know if he's not going to be back to being one of the best coaches in the world, but he'll be back to at least, you know, being respectable again. No more a laughing stock. So, yeah.
He's already a laughing
Can I go next?
Who else wants to jump in?
I want to go in.
Eric. I want to speak on this.
AJ, let me go next, man. Before I go, let me go next.
Okay, I'm Ham. Go for it. I'm Ham. Go for it. Okay.
Yeah, like going to Roma is just so terrible because like I don't think he's gonna do anything there. He's not gonna do anything in Italy and reclaim the pedigree that he was at. I think like Liverpool. Personally, Liverpool should have tried to get this guy in because if he came to the club, like at Liverpool, he could have done a lot of things than is going to be doing at Roma. And yeah.
What?
I am. What are you smoking? This is
Bro, that's classic I am him, bro. That's classic I am him.
Look, if he was at Liverpool, he would do
Wait.
much
I wanna
better.
meet this guy.
That's classic I am.
Can I go after Eric?
Eric. Yeah. So Eric
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then Natsa. Eric.
I don't want to go in too much, so I'm gonna try and be nice,
respectful.
He was once a
Remember,
great...
he gave your club life. So
yeah, okay, all right. I said I want to be nice. Okay, so
no, you better be because he gave you your club
all
life.
right, okay, cool. He flopped in the sale, but okay.
Ghost goal. So,
okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, so he was once a great manager, a great coach. There was a time where Mourinho could do no wrong. There was a time like that where I was like, are you criticizing Mourinho? How dare you? What are you talking about? This guy is amazing. That time existed, but unfortunately, that time is long gone. It is what it is. Do you know how sad it is to be approached by, I don't even know what happened. Maybe he approached Spurs or Spurs approached. I don't know what happened, how it happened, but first of all, to be appointed by Spurs, that's an L in itself. And then to get sacked by Spurs before a final. Is that the only final Spurs got to in how many years? A team that doesn't win trophies. And they sacked you to give them a better chance of winning a trophy. To get a new manager bounce. That's a huge L. So at least he's gone to a league now where it's a slower league, you know, a lot of, let's say, a lot of experience, you know, in that league. It's a very experienced league, and his style might suit the league better. So, and Roma is a club where, you know, there's not going to be too much scrutiny. So people won't be looking at the results too much. I assume they won't be, you know, scrutinizing every result. So it's a team where he's going to be under the radar. He's not going to be under too much pressure. So I think he could do well. He could do well in the Italian league, but hopefully he never comes back to the Premier League because it's too bad now. He's been made to look bad too many times. So it's better for him to just maybe from here he goes to the national team, or maybe he goes to the Portuguese league. Yeah.
Okay, not to talk to me.
Hey, Judge, this is off topic, but what do you think about Icardi right now? Is he a brick or?
Brick. Icardi, as I said again, for me, when you look at chance, clinical finishers in because again, there's a few chances he's given because Inter Milan do not have a defensive player.
So
this was like 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago.
This was in a group stage, right? Was this in a group stage against Barcelona?
That was 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago. Now to talk about Nkunku, that was 10 years ago. Talk about Nkunku. What kind of breakfast receipts was that? At least get a good receipt. That receipt was trash. Talk about
I can't breathe. But okay, HH, this only proved that Mourinho is finito. Mourinho is finito because he went from Real Madrid, Chelsea, a broken United, Hotspur. He went to Hotspur, then right now he's at Roma. So what do Roma and Spurs have in common? They both have won a trophy in how long? So this is the end of your Uncle Brick, Uncle Finished, Uncle Dinosaur. And Pep will reign this whole era. It's his era, and he will show why he's the greatest manager of all time, and he will be finished.
Based on what? Based on what?
Based on logic, hated. Based on football knowledge, you would know that Pep Guardiola is miles better than Mourinho in terms of coaching, in terms of management, in terms of man management. In every aspect, he's better. Footballing wise, how the football he plays.
Is he a better person? Is he a better person?
Yes, he is. This guy is the most arrogant person I've ever seen in my life.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Look at this guy.
He's one of the most beloved managers in the world.
He won a game in a group stage where he got knocked out. I think he got knocked out in that group stage. I'm not sure.
He's one. No, they made it through. He's one of the most beloved managers out there. That's why I don't understand how you can hate a guy that is so charismatic.
Fellaini scoring that goal or something? Because I can't remember. I think Fellaini played that game.
Look, he is one of the most beloved guys out there. That's just a fact, bro. It's a fact.
Beloved. Okay, why is it Roma then if he's so beloved? Why didn't some teams acquire him for their team?
Degree of difficulty. Yeah, 100%.
So when he went to Real Madrid, he failed. But when he's going to go to Roma right now because there's the degree of Dodd. He's not going to prove himself.
Did he get 100 points at Real Madrid? Did he force Pep into a sabbatical? Yes or no?
You call
Did he force Pep into sabbatical?
You don't call Mourinho a failure when he didn't win a Champions League.
Did he force Pep into sabbatical? Yes or no? Answer the question.
Pep left in his own terms.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Sandro Roussel did.
Pep gave an interview and said after Mourinho did the 100 points, he felt that he needed a 1 year break.
Where?
That is what I'll show you the interview. Pep said in the interview that when
show me the interview. Show me the receipt.
When we did 100 points, I felt that I needed to become a better manager.
Show me the receipt.
He literally left based on what Mourinho did. He said, like, I felt that it was too traumatic for me what he did, and I felt that I needed to become a better manager. So the fact that he forced a manager
into is broken, bro.
Shows you the greatness of the freaking thing.
HH is broken, bro. This guy's gone. He's finished.
I'll show you the interview. I'll show you the interview. Don't worry. I'll show you the interview.
Very sad ending.
I'll show you.
Please post a tweet of the interview, please.
Yeah, no, I will.
I want a full article, bro.
Not to continue.
HH, you better pray. He better pray Pep doesn't get that CL because nobody in the world.
Screw him, man.
Nobody in the world will take Mourinho seriously anymore. Like he's not even taken seriously right now, but he will be even more finished if Pep wins that CL because that shows he's won CLs after Jose Mourinho, 2 CLs after Jose Mourinho won his. So HH is finished. It's over, and it's time to bury Mourinho's career right now. It's finished.
Okay, let me go. Let me
Can
go.
I go, please?
Let me go. I want to go. No. Priority. Priority. Priority.
It's just I'm not gonna hate on Mourinho, bro. I'm not gonna hate on Mourinho. It's not my agenda. It's not my agenda.
Priority.
Okay,
I'm gonna hate on this man.
Can I go next?
Okay.
Ziman, go for it. Ziman, go for it.
What can I say about Mourinho that hasn't already been said, man? Just like the Roman Empire, his time in Europe is over. He's no longer the king, bro. This guy's the dead manager, man. He would sell his kids for more experienced kids, man. This guy is a dead manager, man. I'm telling you, man. Monster Reborn can't fix this guy.
How do you call him a dead manager when Roma have asked for his
He's
services?
in Roma, bro. He's in Roma. The last time Roma were when was the last time Roma was a dead manager?
But why can't this be an element of dud? Tell me. Why can't
Dud,
this be an
for
element
what?
of
For what? For what? He's a dead
No.
manager. For what?
To try and win them something.
Okay. By that logic, Sam Allardyce is doing dud, then. By that logic, Sam Allardyce is doing dud.
If he wins Roma the Serie or the CL, isn't that a greater victory than winning a CL for a Man United or so forth?
Imagine this, right? This week, we've seen Pep go to the Champions League. In the same week, we see Mourinho get appointed by Roma. Who's up top? Who's up top? This guy is finished. I'm sorry, he's finished at an elite stage. This guy got appointed the same week. You know how embarrassing it is to get appointed by Roma the same week Pep made it to a final. Let's put that into perspective, bro. They advertised it in the Champions League day that this guy got appointed to Roma. Let's put that into perspective. This guy is
And what perspective
finished.
is that? What perspective is
That
that?
this guy is done. This guy is done. Bro,
You will.
I
baby.
remember
How
that.
much, baby?
No,
I'm levitating.
Wait, continue.
Nah,
This
bro.
fraud is in the final, bro. I can't believe this fraud is in the final, bro.
Can you just continue? Can you continue? So what are you saying?
Nah, bro. I'll tell you this. This was made with Adobe Photoshop 2010. I'll tell you that much, bro. That's the last time this guy was ever in a great spot, man. And look at this. He's been fired from every single position. Like this guy, when was the last time he left under his own accords? Yeah, he's celebrating because he's won the Champions League, bro. When was the last time you guys went? Like, you guys finished, bro.
This will never be Michael, bro. This will never be Michael.
All right.
Can I go next? My thing with Mourinho, right? It's just Mourinho, to me, if Pep doesn't win the Serie with City, Mourinho's still gonna be ahead of him, as far as I recall, because Pep, Messi give you life. Until you prove that to me, it is what it is. Mourinho won it with two different teams. Fergie won it with two different teams. Zidane is special. That's 3 in a row. And Ancelotti won it with two different teams. Bob Paisley, undisputed. I don't know the history that well, so it's whatever, Bob Paisley. But as for Mourinho, right now, it's just up to keep it real. He's finished at the top level. No big club wants to sign Mourinho. Let's keep it real.
What do you mean by no big club wants to sign him?
Like, bro, Barca wouldn't want to sign Mourinho. Real Madrid wouldn't want to sign Mourinho. PSG wouldn't want to sign Mourinho. Chelsea wouldn't want to sign Mourinho. Liverpool would. Let's say Klopp leave. Liverpool wouldn't dare to go to Mourinho. He got fired at Spurs and United, but it is what it is.
He was fired at Spurs because that's
Well, I guess you're a good manager.
No, but let me just finish. All I'm saying, he's a great coach. Obviously one of the greatest who ever coached at the game. But the thing with Mourinho, bro, is his track record. When he leaves, there's always bad. Like, he always have to leave in a bad note. Because Pep that doesn't really happen. Yes, he left Barca, but he didn't get fired at Barca. He didn't get fired at Bayern. He left. Yes, he fell at Bayern. Of course, he fell at Bayern. We all know that. That's why I make fun of him.
So how is it any different? So my thing is why
no,
is
but
so much
the problem
hate towards
is
Mourinho?
The problem
that's
is
what I know. Why is there so much hate towards Mourinho? Because
of Mourinho personality, of his character. Some people don't like that.
What's wrong with his personality?
I like Mourinho character.
But no, wait, just a minute. What is wrong with his personality? Please tell me what is wrong with his personality.
People just doesn't like, because he will tell you the truth straight up. Because I remember when he said. Because I remember, I remember watching one of his
confidence. Because there's a thin line between confidence and arrogance.
Why don't you compare confidence?
Because my thing is this, right? I remember one of his old interview when he first got to Chelsea. I remember they were saying, they were comparing him, Then he was like, Y'all only compare him. I don't know why you guys compare me to all those managers when me and Ferguson are the only manager with European Cups. Nobody else in the league has won it. Also, Wenger hasn't won any. So why you guys compare me? You guys can only compare me to Ferguson. So I guess people don't vibe it that way. And plus, it's a style of football too. It's just besides 2012 Real Madrid, Mourinho team are not as pleasing compared to Pep. For some reason,
What about
even to this day, people rate that Barcelona, that 2011 side. This is the greatest Champions League side they ever seen. It's just the way Pep plays the game. Like it's more pleasing. Like you said, it's the same with Cristiano. You say you don't like Cristiano because you say all he does is score goals. You like watching people that dribble. So it's the same thing. Everybody has their own perspective. But the thing is, it's just we're gonna have to keep it real, bro. If that guy named Pep Guardiola wins that CL, we are finished, bro. We have to put him ahead of Mourinho, bro.
I'll still discredit him.
There's nothing we can do. So
yes, I will. I will discredit him.
Because I'm admit it. Because right now, I still have Mourinho ahead of Pep just because Mourinho won it with two different teams. Pep won it with Messi. But the thing with Pep is just, if this guy wins it, Mourinho is finished, bro. Ferguson and Mourinho finished. Ferguson and Mourinho finished.
You need to do it with Scunthorpe. Do it with Scunthorpe.
Bro, and it's just, but it's just, you have to say this though. Football is not what it used to be in 2004. Just like how Deportivo were good, Valencia used to make the champion. Football is different. You need money now to win the CL. I don't blame Pep for spending. I don't hate on Pep for spending money. I just don't like the fact when they tell me this guy's the greatest to ever do it when he hasn't won a CL without Messi yet. That's the only issue I have with Pep. That's the only issue, the issue. But if you guys allow it, you better have a hangout too if you do lose the final, bro. Because I'm gonna be so upset.
Aside from, let's say, we already know Mourinho was a great manager. He was a great manager, and he's probably one of the best in the history. But you have to admit, like, his time is gone. Like, you have to admit that. Like, his time is gone.
You have to wait. Let me hit this dubs. Let me hit this dubs. On some of these, I'm not sure I want to read them out. But. So, on the speech, it says, Mourinho's next stop is the Canadian Premier League. On the speech here, you're a loser. Liverpool stock, and I hope Liverpool don't make top four. You absolute loser. From Jay Jokin, HH chokes on Mourinho's willy. Okay, now that's just messed up. That's just messed up. That's just messed up. That's absolutely messed up. Jay Jokin, you should wash your mouth out with soap. That's absolutely messed up. Before you go easy. Wait. So from Premier Marmot, thank you for the dub. Premier Marmot says thoughts on the upcoming live stream after the CL final. Live streams only work whenever he gets pimp slapped by a Lyon or a Tottenham. It doesn't work. It would not work for a final.
Them.
So let's be honest, HH. That's not the truth.
Don't give me that crap.
That's not the truth. You know you're gonna go
He's gonna be put naked.
Primera, there will not be any live streams. They have unfortunately now ceased to exist. For the next dub, King Gabani, thank you for the dub. A Pep CL with City is needed after all that money. King Gabani, he's already failed. The fact that he has spent 3 trillion and this is the first final he's gotten into. King Gabani, I'm already bringing up the reasons to discredit this guy who has cheated. Mourinho would never. From King Gabani again. Can I read this job?
Finish.
From King
You hate
Gabani,
arrogance, though.
from King Umbani, who says Mo just takes hard jobs. Pep would fail bad at Tottenham. Pep Guardiola would never take the Tottenham job. Pep Guardiola gave you life. Lewandowski gave you life. Werner gave you life. Go to Scunthorpe.
What did Mourinho accomplish at Tottenham? Bro, it's a 2 quick questions. They're easy questions.
I will never give Pep. You know what? Basically, I lied. No. If Pep wins it, I'm not giving him credit. I don't give
I have 2 quick questions before you go to the next one. It's a 2 quick question though. You have to admit club football is different now. You have to spend money to win the Champions League now. It's not Porto is not going to win the CL now. Like you have to spend money. I don't hit on Pep for the money again. I just hit on Pep for the Messi.
Wilson, you are right. Of course you're right. And I shouldn't even. You shouldn't say anything, Pep, because that's what club football is about. But I'm a hater, and I'm a hater. So that's what I'm
and my other question to you is: Can there really be a GOAT manager? Because my thing is, look at the likes of Beckenbauer. He won a Champions League with Bayern, and he won a World Cup with Germany as a manager. And you see what Zidane is doing. Let's say Zidane go to international level. Because can there really be a GOAT manager? Because some managers, they just spend the entire career at club. They don't go to international. But some managers have won a World Cup and a Champions League. So how can you say who's the greatest manager of all time?
No, basically, there will always be something you can use to discredit a manager. No, there's never like one kind of one size fits all. Because I told you, Fergie, they say he's the best of all time. 2 CLs in 60 years. Really? That's 2 CLs in 60 years? Get out of here, bro. Yes, go for it. Yes. What do you want? Yeah.
Right. So with the whole Marina talk and such, yes, maybe in recent years, we have a special place for him in our heart. But can we really or honestly put Spurs, what he did at Spurs in any conversation? Because which manager could Sir Alex Ferguson or Zidane win anything with Spurs? So could we really logically put Spurs in any let's say, for example, he didn't win anything. Could we really say that is something against him? I can't say that because no one. I don't see any coach doing anything.
Why did he take the job? Professor. The fact that this guy didn't have that much offers and you only had Spurs on the table
he did.
shows you how far he's fallen.
He chose Tottenham for
He chose Tottenham. I'm sorry, Arsenal were on the list.
Okay,
who are the clubs that are on the list? Who are the clubs that were?
Yeah, who are these clubs? It's Arsenal,
Bayern, PSG, and Bayern.
Wow,
PSG and Bayern. Those are the.
Mourinho himself said he wasn't going to go to those clubs. He didn't want to go to those clubs because he wanted a degree of difficulty.
Okay, look, guys, I actually have to wake up for work tomorrow. So, guys, this has been swell. Guys, we'll see you here on Sunday. Sunday, 10 p.m. We're gonna have a very great conversation because I want to talk Diaz versus Van Dijk, and that's how I want you.
That's a good argument.
Van Dijk. We are bringing back. We are bringing back.
That's actually a good argument.
That's not even an argument.
We're bringing back player.
Van Dijk is clearly the better defender. That's not even a debate.
No, impact. Talk about impact, bro.
We're gonna have a discussion. So, guys, peace out. Stay true. I'll see you guys Sunday, man. Peace.
Guys, don't forget, a 58-year-old Frank Ribery is still playing on the wing and still
I need a dissertation on Joseph.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't even. Bro,
Bro, he might be the GOAT. No, he might be the GOAT.